That Mr. Ofori-Atta is a wanted person and a fugitive from justice. His name is hereby re-entered on the OSP's list of wanted persons.
We'll also hear from the lawyer of the suspect, who is cautioning the OSP to stick to his legal profession and refrain from giving medical reviews about his client's health.
He should stick to his core duties as a special prosecutor and as a trained lawyer. I don't know when he became a medical practitioner.
Also coming up, Health Ministry asks police and national security for nurses willing to work as the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association strike to demand better service conditions.
Our condition of service was supposed to be implemented, but for some reasons it was held back.
We want the signed collective agreement between government and our association implemented.
In business,
cedi appreciation against the dollar reaches more than 35% as data shows favorable outlook for the local currency. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And later we'll hear President Mahama reminiscing childhood friendship with Otumfuo II as he reveals he convinced him not to quit politics. These and more coming up with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. Stay for details. And in our first story, a worldwide hunt has begun for former Finance Minister Kojo Ofori-Atta, now officially declared wanted and a fugitive from justice by Special Prosecutor Kojo Yankson. An Interpol red notice has also been issued and extradition request dispatched across borders. Speaking during a briefing on Monday, the OSP vowed to pursue Kojo Ofori-Atta relentlessly. There's more in this report.
According to the Special Prosecutor Kojo Yankson, Ofori-Atta has consistently avoided personal attendance since January.
This much is clear. Since 24 January 2025 till date, Mr. Ofori-Atta has failed to show any medical report. I underline, he has failed to show any medical report which suggests that he is a travel risk and unable to return to the jurisdiction by reason of his medical condition. It has all been his say-so, his singular say-so.
The OSP has issued an Interpol red notice and initiated extradition proceedings to compel Ofori-Atta's return to face possible criminal charges.
The OSP re-declares that Mr. Ofori-Atta is a wanted person and a fugitive from justice. His name is hereby re-entered on the OSP's list of wanted persons. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure Mr. Ofori-Atta's return to the jurisdiction and to answer to the criminal inquiries against him.
Surprised at the OSP's posture, legal representative for Kojo Ofori-Atta, Frank Davis, cautioned the OSP to stick to his legal profession and refrain from giving medical reviews about his client's health.
I will just say this to the Office of the Special Prosecutor, that he should stick to his core duties as a special prosecutor and as a trained lawyer. I don't know when he became a medical practitioner to be giving interpretations to biopsy tests and all that he said. He's a legal practitioner. He should stick to his core duty.
The OSP has served notice he will try Kojo Ofori-Atta in absentia should all means to get him into the country fail.
Well, after finding no direct evidence of money laundering against former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapa in the Kufuor administration, the new management of Yoko intends to reopen the case. Here are excerpts from the Special Prosecutor.
1. Cecilia Abena Dapa. It will be recalled that the Office of the Special Prosecutor commenced investigation in July 2023 in respect of suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses regarding large amounts of money and other valuable items involving Ms. Cecilia Abena Dapa, a former Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources, and her associates. Though the investigation identified strong indications of suspected money laundering and extraction beyond the direct mandate of the OSP. In January 2024, the OSP referred the case to the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, for commencement of investigation into identified indications of suspected money laundering and extraction. The OSP would lend its full collaborative support to EOCO in its review and investigation and probable further action.
Well, on April 28, 2025, the OSP charged Charles Bisu and Andy Owusu with 15 counts of corruption and corruption-related issues. Subsequently, Andy Owusu has requested a plea bargain with the OSP, where the process is to be completed in the coming days.
Republic against Charles Bisu and another. On 28 April 2025, the OSP filed criminal charges against Charles Bisu, the secretary of the disbanded Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, and Andy Thomas Owusu, in respect of 15 counts of corruption and corruption-related offenses. Subsequently, Andy Thomas Owusu, the second accused, has since negotiated a plea bargain with the OSP, which has been filed in court. The processes in respect of the plea bargain, which are restitutive and reparative in nature, would be concluded in court in the coming days.
Away from the OSP, and NPP's Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Entry Boisiako, also known as Chairman Wontumi, has finally been released after spending 7 days in Yoko's custody. But this may only be the beginning of a long legal battle. The following report has more.
Monday, tension had reached a boiling point. Supporters of the Ashanti Regional Chairman besieged the Yoko headquarters in Accra, demanding his immediate release.
That is what we are going to do. Demonstrations.
This is the tip of the iceberg. They've not seen anything yet.
Eventually, the bail documentation was verified. The court challenge was withdrawn.
We just finished the inspection of the properties, so we just have to come, they check the values, and then we're good to go.
But even after 7 hours of growing agitation, tempers flared. The crowd outside Yoko grew louder, more relentless. Then came the moment many had been waiting for. Chairman Wontumi walked free.
Wontumi is out. I mean, it's a legal process. He got bail and he's on his way home.
Well, away from that, the Health Ministry has requested police and national security protection for nurses willing to work amid a series of industrial actions undertaken by the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. The strike stems from the government's alleged failure to implement a collective bargaining agreement signed last year. Hannah Odame visited some health facilities and reports.
The nurses are demanding, among others, a 10% Medicare, a new rate for uniform allowance, payment of their 13th salary, and revised rate on call allowance. Some of the nurses who spoke to Joy News off camera at the Adabraka Hospital say they want full implementation of these agreements. At the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, lots of the nurses seen had a strip of the red fabric tied to their wrist. The principal nursing officer, Rejoice Mispa Anaman, expressed displeasure the government has implemented agreements of other health bodies but has refused to do so for them.
What we are simply telling the government is that we are not happy about what is going on with our profession. We are not happy. We want the signed collective agreement between government and our association implemented. That is what we are asking government to do.
Now, President John Mahama has opened up about his decade-old personal relationship with the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II, recalling cherished childhood memories that date back to their early years at Osu. Speaking during a courtesy visit by the Asantehene to the Jubilee House, he reminisced about the times he used to buy ice cream for the Otumfuo and his friends many years ago. Maxwell Agbeba reports.
In politics, as in life, some relationships go beyond official titles and formal handshakes. And in the case of President John Mahama and the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II, it is built in childhood memories and life-changing decisions. It was during a courtesy call to the Jubilee House that President Mahama offered a rare personal glimpse into his decade-old friendship with the Asantehene.
A little boy growing up in Ringway Estate, Osu. My father's house was directly opposite Nana Eduhene's house. And so Nana Eduhene's children, Kojo Boateng, Kwame Nkrumah, and all of them were our friends. Nana Eduhene's nephews that he was bringing up were Ato Ahoy and Kwamna Ahoy and all of them. And so they used to come on holidays from school and spend holidays there. And then there was another of Nana's children who used to come and spend holidays. We used to come Kweku. It turned out to be they were slightly older than us. We were younger. And so they used to send us to buy ice cream and all kinds of things for them. And he used to come during vacations. So later when I became a minister and we were installing the next Otumfo after Opokuwari died, they installed Nana Osei-Tutu II. I said, but this is Eduhini, Oye Sefini, Oye Denkoye.
And you heard the President John Dramani Mahama reminiscing his childhood days with Otumfo Osei-Tutu II. And that's how we end this morning's bulletin here on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. Up next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, jump on now. Go, Gugomi. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
See, your rich auntie gets more from Absa. Your childhood friend gets more from Absa. Your favorite uncle gets more from Absa. Your roommates cry gets more from Absa. Digital solutions get more from Absa. Rewards be bring get more from Absa. 5-star treatment get more from Absa. Preferential rate get more from Absa. Easy banking and no ane Absa. Instant loans and no ane Absa. Bank papa party and no ane Absa. ATK accounting get more from Absa. Yes! Join thousands of Absa customers enjoying priority treatment, preferential rates, amazing rewards, and seamless digital solutions to help you write the next big chapter of your story. Sign up for an Absa account today and get more. Your story matters. Absa.
Say a kind, so what Nyoma a free useless enterprise. Who know who the biara da? If we say, Omonioma your papa, net chenso, and to a beer water generator sets, water pumps, mowers, Cummins, Kama, Lester Peter, Kiloska, and then Nyoma who drop every useless enterprise biara no. I just say, on one Kasakas won't pay you, and that's what the check. Useless enterprise, at on Nyoma bit say, Perkins, Caterpillar, Honda Gen sets, a fay, or plant a Kessia and in Kuma, hotels, guest house. Schools, restaurants, and now said you make what be ebetumi ayusu. Enti a free na kwedi. Ehwani last stop ho. Shwashwachira kwan awo Adrigam Bridge near 69 American House, a Champo Junction, Bawalashi, Newtown Junction, Ashaliboche, Social Welfare, Medina, and Afewokwa Dantan Swa, our Ridge Junction. Telephone 0203 005498 and 0248 169258.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush like feeling bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent, cavity protection.
For 10 times stronger.
This advert is FDA approved.
Reliable, check. Comfort, check. Strong, check. Tough, check. Tried and tested, check. Affordable, check. Comes in so many colors and sizes, check. Suitable for domestic and industrial use, check. Choose quality, choose Syntex Tank. Available nationwide and comes with 7-year warranty. And remember, Syntex Tank is a caring brand too. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
Kojo, it's 3 a.m. What now?
Ya tisubiomo, ya tisubiomo.
Kojo, not again. It's 4 a.m. What's now?
Sorry. Last year was Yatisubium. This year, crowd, we've gone lower. Yasaya Tiso. I'm back with good news. Amazing news. I've been so cool. SG Ghana loans are back with even lower interest rates. If you're a salaried worker, whether you're on CAGD payroll, work with an SG Ghana listed institution, or already bank with SG Ghana, this is your time. Whether it's completing your dream home, paying school fees, or handling other personal needs, SG Ghana has the perfect loan for you. Walk into any SG Ghana branch from now till September 2025 and ask about Yasaya Tisu Loans promo. Let's help you get things done. You can also call 0302-214-314 for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Bavu.
Hey, morning, Kojo.
Good morning to you. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult day.
Yeah.
Were you at Joy in 2015?
Oh yes, I was.
Yes,
I remember that day so well. I mean, the rains were heavy that evening. I mean, I was supposed to go home, but I was still here because we just couldn't move. And then I think it was around 10 or 9 p.m. we started receiving calls.
Yeah. Elton Brobe was one of the first onto the scene.
We started receiving calls, fire outbreak at Circle. I mean, we didn't think it was too serious. I mean, then Elton had to go to the ground. Then we started getting indication of how big a disaster that was.
Indeed. I mean, I listened to the reports all night. I think in Shira, Ado, and a few others were.
We had to preempt normal programming.
That's right.
Get into breaking news mode.
But it was the following morning when I started my show. And I mean, we started in the studio, and then we thought, no,
let's go to the ground.
There. Yeah. I've never seen anything like it, and I prayed to high heaven that I never see anything like that again in my life. It was like how you imagine hell would be, right? With charred bodies. You know, and this is such an unfortunate analogy to make, but it's the only thing I've ever seen in my life that looks anything like it. You know, when you kill a goat and you burn off its skin so that you can dress it. At that point, when the animal is burnt, right, and you can just about tell that it used to be a living thing, but all that is left of it is just charred flesh surrounding, like just barely holding together the internal organs, bloated and burnt and just no longer human. And when I tell you that I saw dozens and dozens and dozens of these bodies, you don't sleep after that. You don't sleep after that. And I just couldn't imagine what it must have been like for those who were sheltered at that filling station.
Traumatic.
Right? I mean, all you were trying to do was just avoid the rain. And it's not just them, it's those who lived in the area.
Yeah.
Who lost family members, who lost children. There was a guy we talked to whose child was lost, and he had no idea how to even go about finding her. Listen to this.
They were here, all of a sudden we heard boom, which means the block has broken. So we all went up. There's a certain girl in the room. Hey, just show. The wall came out, and we saw that there's a fire behind. They were here, all of a sudden we heard boom, which means the block has broken. So we all went up. There's a certain girl in the room. Hey, just
About 30 minutes before this briefing, I triggered processes for the issuance of an...
Forgive me, that's the wrong one. I think this is the one I want to play you. Listen to this.
Nti ya jina ona me wife say mindani me china me hwe na ejao mindani me nkwa na eja beto me tisu me ho hwibiem ndi me expect tim na 37 na 37 so me ko da on sa time no na me nim say my wife ne brother me busa for o mewu ndi me dawa e be discharge me sana psychologist for ya mo ba me nche na me nim de okoso de na but you see my wife no omo admission reach and I miss more 37 until na me so me gidi sa that be discharge me na chem so my wife me busa for me free the easy.
Definitely not easy.
Just imagine. But you know, there were heroes that day.
There were heroes.
You know, people who came out and saved lives, including the military.
Yeah.
You know, they got their boats on the water and saved lots and lots of people that night.
But I guess the important question, several years after that incident, what has changed?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get into it on the show. Right now, though, the 6 a.m. news comes to us thanks to Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters, and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Charlie, today, trumpets?
Perhaps for the heroes of June 3.
Yeah, those who saved lives.
Those who saved lives.
Yeah. Okay. For the Joy Business Report, we thank Omni-Basic Bank, not just another bank, Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature, and MNC Properties, a member of MNC Group. MNC Properties, choice of class for the heroes of June 3. Trumpets.
Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, cedi appreciation against the dollar crosses more than 35% since beginning of the year's data shows favorable outlook for the local currency. Also coming up, Bank of Ghana's single inflation target by first quarter of next year seems achievable as more of the country's development partners project similar target. Plus, Ghana Statistical Service to offer timely economic data to businesses to aid planning and expansion of enterprises. Details coming up. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidua on KT Radio. First up, the cedi has appreciated against the US dollar by more than 35% for the first 5 months of the year ending May 2025. That's according to data from commercial banks on the country's performance so far. Here's more in the following report.
The Bank of Ghana earlier last month pegged the cedi's appreciation against the US dollar at around 24%. However, based on fresh data coming from commercial banks, it appears that the cedi's good run is not ending anytime soon. The report again showed that in the month of May, the cedi recorded one of its highest appreciation against the US dollar. This was due to the publication of banks' reserves pegged at $10.7 billion, improved foreign exchange liquidity, and what some may describe as positive market sentiment. The data coming from the commercial banks also showed that in the month of May, the Bank of Ghana sold $932 million to support the market. Analysts have projected that the outlook of the cedi remains favorable due to the continuous rise in prices of commodities like gold and that of cocoa, a development that could go a long way to improve the country's reserves.
That was a business desk report. Now, Group Chief Executive of Ecobank, Jeremy Awori, is pushing for a steady rate of the cedi instead of a daily sharp appreciation against the dollar. Mr. Awori is therefore making a strong case for some intervention from the Bank of Ghana to manage the situation. Let's listen to him.
Business generally likes stability and predictability. If things are changing very rapidly, it makes people uncertain and they're not sure about their investments scaling up itself. Last year, we really felt the impact of depreciation across many of our countries, whether it was in Zimbabwe, whether it was Ghana. We've seen now a shift this year. So we've seen some currencies appreciate. You've mentioned the Ghana cedi. We've seen it retreat even to 10.5. I think people are now surprised that it's even gone below the 12 mark. It's still early days. We see the new government has come in. It's trying to undertake its own policy changes and reforms. You know, at the end of the day, if it can settle at a number and be a bit more stable and predictable, rather than just going up and down, that will support our business. So
that was Group Chief Executive of Ecobank, Jeremy Awori. Now, economist William Savary is calling on both private and state-owned enterprises to seize the opportunity presented by the city's performance to invest in heavy manufacturing equipment. Speaking with Joy Business in Accra, Mr. Savary emphasized the potential long-term benefits of such investments, including a reduction in domestic inflation and a boost in employment.
A strong currency decreases the rate of inflation. Now you want the strength of the company, the rate of the appreciation of the currency to be superior to the increase in the rate of inflation. It costs less to import heavy equipment to invest in your industry. And the way to continue to preserve and provoke currency appreciation and reduce poverty is to trade. And trade happens through production. In production, sometimes you need heavy equipment, which you don't manufacture here. So the equipment that you need to increase production has to be imported. So when your currency is strong, it costs less to import.
William Severy is an economist. Now, Bank of Ghana's target of achieving a single-digit inflation target by first quarter seems achievable. It follows assessment of economic data put out by the country's development partners. Here's Kojo Yankson.
The Bank of Ghana is hoping to end the year with an inflation target of about 12%. However, with inflation rate currently pegged at 21.2% for the month of May, there are some who doubt whether this target is achievable. But the central bank thinks otherwise. It believes that with this tight monetary policy measures, that could fast-track the pace of inflation going down in the coming months. The Bank of Ghana has even revised its notes, hoping that it would achieve the much-talked-about single-digit inflation target in the first quarter of next year. Now, several economic data put together by the IMF, World Bank, and other development partners do suggest that this target is indeed achievable, and some of them have even argued that this could aid in the country's economic recovery when Ghana hits the target next year.
Georgia, with that report, the Association of Ghana Industries has denied tying all its members to a 60-day cycle before their prices can be reviewed in line with the city's recent performance. The association has come under criticism over timelines for review of prices in line with market developments. This has been heightened after Blochem Industries announced a reduction in prices of their products. Sechuma Kwabwa, Chief Executive of the Association of Ghana Industries.
First of all, AGI never said it needed 60 days before the prices of the products of member companies would come down. Indeed, when we met with the Minister for Trade and Industry, she asked us to encourage our members to reduce their prices so that the gains they've made as a result of the improvement in the city could be passed on to the consumers in the form of lower prices. And we agreed with her. But what we said was that for some of the companies, the nature of their business allowed them to reduce prices immediately. For others, it takes a little while. However, we give ourselves about 2-month cycle, and within that period, we should see significant reduction. And already we are seeing it. So gradually it is happening. So within the next 60 days, in fact, we are already last 30 days. So within the next 30 days, we should see significant reduction across board.
Sechuma Kwabwa, Chief Executive of the Association of Ghana Industries. Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Area, Wamkele Mene, has appealed to African leaders to use digital initiative in trade of natural resources, particularly gold, on the continent. He expressed worry that even though gold resources are abundant in Africa, the continent is unable to fully harness its benefits due to smuggling. Speaking at the Global Mining Summit in Accra, Mr. Mene advocated new systems to stop smuggling of gold outside of the continent.
Gold tokenization, the reduction of transaction costs, boosting intra-Africa trade in the mineral sector, improving traceability, and enhancing financial inclusion. This not only reinforces the AFCFTA's commitment to value addition, processing of our minerals here on our continent, and the rules-based multilateral trading system born in Africa, but also serves as an example of the forward-looking inclusive innovation and inclusive innovation that all of us must champion throughout our continent.
Delivering the keynote address, President John Mahama announced that the Infant Gold Board has raked in $2.7 billion in 4 months.
The Gold Board, a key plank in my administration strategy to reform the gold mining sector and ensure maximum benefits for Ghanaians from our gold resources, has taken off. In its short existence, it has sanitized the gold sector, ensuring maximum returns from our gold exports. Ghana's gold exports earned the country $2.7 billion. Ghana's gold exports through the PMM set to increase exponentially throughout the year. But the Gold Board is not only about exporting gold. It will soon roll out a track and trace system to ensure that Ghana's gold exports are procured from environmentally sustainable sources.
President John Mahama speaking at the Global Gold Summit yesterday. Now, the Ghana Statistical Service has revealed that it will soon be making available to businesses timely economic data to aid in their planning and expansion. The move is part of efforts to ensure that these enterprises have the right data to support the operations. Dr. Hassan Idrisu is government statistician. He spoke at the launch of Phase 2 of the 2025 Integrated Business Establishment Survey at Winneba in the Central Region.
So that businesses can also have access to the data we collect for planning purposes, so that they would also use it to make decisions at the business level to optimize their growth, to optimize their production, optimize their profitability. But households are not left out. Would also be very relevant in this equation. At the household level, we are the people who get employed into the businesses, right? And so this survey is also extremely important to households. With this data, we'll be able to tell a lot about employment. We'll be able to know the type of employment that existing businesses are employing.
Government statistician Dr. Hassan Idrisu there. Before we go, a look at the markets. Crude oil went up marginally to $64 a barrel. Gold lost more than $19. It's selling this morning at $3,361 an ounce. Cocoa open trading at $9,474 a ton after losing over $300 on the currency market. The dollar going for 11 cedis. That's what forex bureaus are offering their clients. A British pound 15 cedis, the euro going for 13 cedis. The commercial banks quoting the dollar at 10 cedis, 24 pesos. More news on our website, myjournline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwa. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Kojo Yankson and the team.
With me.
Yeah.
And of course, the team is here. Kojo is around. Everybody is here. Samuel Dami. Aaron, not forgetting, of course, very dear Jojo Enti. Semefizi will be here. Semefizi and
I think she's around.
Rhoda Koti Papa Few. yes, they are all here. They are all in the system. All right. Well, today we have a song by MOG Music. How do you pronounce this word? Nobody.
Dy. Nobody.
That's how we pronounce it too.
But others say what?
I went to learn somewhere. I went to learn somewhere that they say we are saying it wrong.
They say
nobody.
Nobody.
So here it is by MOG Music. Nobody.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
MOG music there with nobody. Charlie, Kojo, drive safe.
Yes, and it's brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, supported by Toyota Superior Quality. Always avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible, drive with your lights on. That's how to ensure your safe arrival. This morning I'm talking about visibility on the roads, right? You know, car windscreens get misty because warm, moist air inside the car contacts the cold glass.
Yeah.
So when it's raining or when it's very cold, the warm air inside the car gets in touch with the cold glass, and then your windscreen becomes misty. Now, the common sources of the moisture include your own breath, wet clothes, or even items in the car, and high external humidity. And it's especially noticeable when the car cools down. So sometimes overnight you wake up and your windscreen is misty. In the morning when it's raining and all that. Now, to prevent or clear your misty windscreens inside your car, you can use the car's defroster setting. It means that your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system in your car must work.
Better be working.
You always must service it and make sure it works. So you can turn on the air conditioning, which removes moisture from the cabin air, and even in cool weather. And you should open a window slightly to improve airflow and reduce humidity inside the car. And if you have anti-fog solutions, like homemade mixtures, like even diluted vinegar, you can use that to clean that. And you should be good. I'm telling you this because we are in the June, July, and yesterday was 1st June, right? And God showed us.
Was 2nd June.
2nd June, right?
And
even Sunday it rained in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So the rainy season is announcing itself properly. And we are going to see these things a lot. So fix this if you have an issue with that, so that you always see ahead of you and prevent any crashes or any problems.
And drive safe. Yeah, nice one. Thanks for that. All right, let's learn how to say it right. And this morning it's brought to you, as always, by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
Today, let's learn how to say this word. Jewellery. Jewelry. Jewelry. Jewelry refers to a collection of ornaments and trinkets, usually made up of rings, necklaces, and bracelets, made from precious metals and jewels. The word is jewelry, not jewelries. Jewelry originates from a Latin word jocal, which eventually became the French word jouel. It originally meant plaything or adornment. A further translation could have it as toy. Back in those days, rich people wore jewelry as pointless adornments simply to demonstrate their status in life. They were playthings which other members of society could not afford. So came the word jewelry, not jewelries, and not jewelries. That is not how to say it right. You do hear people say jewelries, don't you?
They do, eh? Me, I don't have any, so I won't even bother saying it.
Or if you have to, a good year.
Maybe my mommy watch.
Simple. Yeah. Well,
no
so
chain, no nothing.
But it's interesting what different societies consider to be jewelry.
Yeah.
Right. On our continent, for the longest time, it was money.
Yeah.
Like cowrie, shells, and things that we were actually using for trading.
Yeah.
That's what we wore on our bodies as jewelry. We wore money. You know, and then later someone came to show us the value of gold, and we started wearing that too.
We actually knew the value of gold, and if you read history, there was currency way back. Just that, the Europeans magnified that value.
If anything, they showed us some of the evil values of it.
Yes. Some of my grandfather, we were told stories of how he used to keep gold under his bed, and in fact, way back in my hometown, if you were building a house, you needed to put some gold in the foundation to attract wealth. But if you can afford it, you need to learn how to say it right.
Masa. You still have to say it right. All right, let's get into the news review. It's brought to you this morning by Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough, Access Bank, More Than Banking, and Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Happy Smile. Now we've got something to do, particularly on the special prosecutor's statement from yesterday. So we are going to really rush through these headlines so we can get straight to it.
The Ghanaian Times, major milestone in Galamsey fight, illegal miners flushed out of 8 forest reserves, president reveals, include kidney check in antenatal care policy. This is Professor Che of the UGMC speaking. UK backs Morocco Sahara autonomy plan as most credible solution. Abandon borrowed Western mode of fighting corruption. This is the OSP. If you go to page 3 of the Ghanaian Times, Wontumi withdraws bail variation application from court. Now we know he's been granted bail, so he slept at home last night. 49 illegal miners arrested by the police, and public cautioned against GIS recruitment scam. If you go to the Economy Times, Ghana accelerating back to debt sustainability as city strengthens. It has a photo of the finance minister, Casey Olatofosin. Energy report pushes for grid upgrades, efficiency reform, as minister directs ECG to deploy 200 transformers. This means that most neighborhoods that have been suffering from the low voltage and related matters are going to get some reprieve. Now, 24-hour economy. Muhammad lays blueprint as venture capital and Voter Lake to play vital roles. We have a lot on 24-hour economy that we will discuss in the coming days here on the Super Morning Show. So those are the newspapers that we have.
The online review brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest, and Goil Good Energy. Goil Yenara.
Let's start from my Joy Online. Legal education bill is troubling. It's half the solution, says former director of law school. We are churning out lawyers who can't okay, I'm working on my phone, so some of the tests is. So we are churning out lawyers who can't move a court. Kweku and Sansari speaking. That's on my Joy Online. More stories from my Joy Online. Oforiatta diagnosed with cancer. Special prosecutor informed. Data prices, that is mobile data prices, to fall, users to get more value. This is Sam George. And government moves to ensure inclusive access to free tertiary education for persons with disabilities. Yoko reopens Cecilia Dapa case. That's also the new story. And Oforiatta declared wanted again by OSP after missing June 2 deadline. I'll take you to citynewsroom.com. Cocoa farmers renew push for 70% share of global cocoa price. The Public Accounts Committee saved Ghana over 273 million Ghana cedis in 2024. This is according to the Speaker of Parliament. One of us was in trouble. Brian Champon explains Wontumi bill support. And Tampoli to OSP accept Oforiatta's request for virtual session. Gushegu MP slams Yoko over Wontumi's detention, labels it abuse of power. And Wontumi has reasonable defense to allegations against him. This is according to his lawyers. Frank Davis says Oforiatta is not evading justice. He is just unwell. And on Boko, Mahama expresses confidence in Otumfuo's mediation efforts. I'll take you to Graphic Online quickly before we go to the BNFT. This story says patient sues hospital over CCTV camera in breast examination room. Why OSP says Ken Oforiatta's conduct is totally unacceptable is on my Joy Online. And Chairman Wontumi executes bail, released from Yoko custody, and OSP to file criminal charges against high-ranking officials of MPA, that is former high-ranking officials of the MPA. Now I'll take you finally to
MPA? Thank you. Okay.
National Petroleum Authority. Now the BNFT also has some interesting stories. A lot of the business stories are on the BNFT's homepage. Government offers to expand existing bonds in bid to satisfy creditors seeking more liquid investments. Re-entry to capital markets hinges on consistent coupon payment. This is SEC board chair. And MasterCard Foundation partners allocate $87 million to Agric SMEs.
All right, good stuff. Now, yesterday, of course, the big story was the press held by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. They took some time to explain, first of all, what was happening with certain cases that they have handled in the past, like the Cecilia Dapar case, and then to bring us the latest on Ken Ofori-Atta. In case you missed it, here's a wrap.
A lot of people have lost their lives. I'm at a loss of words.
Forgive me. We will bring you the right sound there. A bit of a technical hitch, but yesterday was interesting to hear what the special prosecutor had to say. Has it made an appearance in any of the papers this morning?
Let me bring you the updates from my Joe Online. The story says that former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has once again been declared a wanted person by the Office of the Special Prosecutor following his failure to appear for questioning on Monday, June 2. At a news conference in Accra, the Special Prosecutor Kise Jabin revealed that lawyers for Mr. Ofori-Atta had informed the OSP that their client has been diagnosed with cancer. However, Mr. Jabin raised concerns about the credibility of the excuse, suggesting it could be part of a deliberate effort to evade justice. The former finance minister was first declared a fugitive from justice in February 2025 after failing to honor repeated invitations by the OSP to assist in investigations into multiple high-profile corruption cases. These include his role in controversial revenue assurance contracts with the SML Ghana Limited, that is Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, financial dealings related to the construction of the National Cathedral, and a series of other procurement and expenditure issues during his tenure from 2017 to 2024. The special prosecutor confirmed that Mr. Ofori-Atta's legal team submitted medical documents citing an unexpected deterioration in his health and a recent cancer diagnosis.
All right, I think we have the sound now. Let's hear the quick wrap of what happened yesterday.
Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyers, dated 18 February 2025, clearly indicated that a possible surgical intervention to be performed on him was to occur on 20 and 21 March 2025, upon which reckoning the OSP carefully considered the recovery period and indulgently pushed Mr. Ofori-Atta's attendance at the OSP to 2 June 2025. Therefore, Mr. Ofori-Atta had a duty to promptly inform the OSP of any fundamental change in his medical circumstances on 21 March 2025, when the advertised surgical intervention was not performed, to enable the OSP reschedule a new date of his attendance at the OSP to accommodate any such material changes in his medical condition and treatment itinerary. Mr. Ofori-Atta has known, at least since 21 March 2025, that no surgical procedure was to be performed on him in March. Yet, he purposely sat by indolently and chose not to inform the OSP of such fundamental changes in his circumstances. Instead, about 67 days after learning of the alleged changed circumstances around 21 March 2025, Mr. Ofori-Atta elected to spring a surprise on the OSP on 28 May 2025, just 6 days before his scheduled attendance at the OSP, by offering to undergo a video recorded interview and a viewing of his biopsy report. Now, back to the 28 May 2025 letter from the lawyers of Mr. Ofori-Atta. As I said, this is where we are. By a letter dated 30 May 2025, the OSP declined Mr. Ofori-Atta's offer of video recorded interview for the purpose of eliciting his caution statement. This office has always insisted on his personal attendance, and we have indicated clearly to him that we are unwilling to waive it. If we were amenable to taking any such statement from Mr. Ofori-Atta in absentia, we would have done so in February and not waited to 2 June 2025. We want him here physically, and we insist on it. A suspect in a criminal investigation does not pick and choose how the investigative authority should conduct its investigations and the method suitable to him and his convenience. We will not countenance such conduct, not in this case or in any other case. Further, the OSP has declined Mr. Ofori-Atta's invitation to view his biopsy report as we consider it a pointless exercise. This is because it is common learning that the biopsy report contains nothing more than a conclusion upon the removal and examination of tissue, cells, or fluids from a living body that some disease or malady was indicated in the samples taken. A biopsy report is not an expression of a reasoned medical opinion that the subject of the report is an invalid and unable to travel, as Mr. Ofori-Atta seeks to suggest is his condition, and for which reason he says he cannot return to the jurisdiction. This much is clear. Since 24 January 2025 till date, Mr. Ofori-Atta has failed to show any medical report. I underline, he has failed to show any medical report which suggests that he is a travel risk and unable to return to the jurisdiction by reason of his medical condition. It has all been his say-so, his singular say-so. Therefore, the OSP views Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyer's letter dated 28 May 2025 as an expression of utter bad faith on the part of Mr. Ofori-Atta, and it confirms our long-held, well-considered opinion and conclusion that Mr. Ofori-Atta has no intention of voluntarily returning to the jurisdiction and to attend the OSP. Further, this office is unaware of his purported information to the court, whether orally or by filed processes, of the alleged change in his circumstances. Today is Monday, 2 June 2025. It is more than 3 hours past the scheduled time of Mr. Ofori-Atta's attendance at the OSP. And Mr. Ofori-Atta failed to attend the OSP today. Mr. Ofori-Atta's conduct is totally unacceptable and a baleful spite at law enforcement and criminal investigations. It ends here. It ends today. We will no longer accommodate him. Consequently, the OSP redeclares that Mr. Ofori-Atta is a wanted person and a fugitive from justice. His name is hereby re-entered on the OSP's list of wanted persons. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure Mr. Ofori-Atta's return to the jurisdiction and to answer to the criminal inquiries against him. In pursuance of this, about 30 minutes before this briefing, I triggered processes for the issuance of an Interpol red notice, pending extradition or his surrender. Around the same time, I dispatched a request for extradition processes to be instituted for this extradition to the Republic of Ghana. The OSP will prefer criminal charges in the courts against Mr. Ofori-Atta in due course, whether in absentia or otherwise. The principle upon which we proceed is that no person, regardless of title, regardless of status, regardless of medical, is beyond the reach of inquiry by the OSP.
2 June was the last day that the OSP was expecting.
The OSP has a special
former
way
finance minister
of mentioning the date.
2 June.
Yeah.
He's going to create a trend though. Anyway. So these are the salient points from his presser yesterday. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting process by which they've arrived at their current position, right?
Yeah, very interesting. And I'll use this opportunity to bring you an update on the Bernard Ntwibue-Sako issue as well. It's on my Joy Online. The Ashanti Regional Chairman of the opposition NPP, Bernard Ntwibue-Sako, has been released from the custody of the EOCO after successfully meeting his bail conditions. The General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Kodia, confirmed his release on the evening of Monday in an interview with the media, and he commended Dr. Brian Champon, who provided one of the sureties for Chairman Wontumi's release. So those are the two key stories when it comes to the law and related matters.
Yeah. Back to Ken Ofori-Atta. And yesterday, I think it became quite obvious that the Special Prosecutor's Office does not believe Ken Ofori-Atta. In fact, the Special Prosecutor said so himself in the Q&A session. He said, he used the words, "We don't believe him." Now that's actually quite a serious situation. We know that law enforcement institutions don't tend to take up positions of this nature based on nothing. So why does the Office of the Special Prosecutor not believe Ken Ofori-Atta? Why? And okay, has Mr. Ofori-Atta acted in good faith? I mean, they say he hasn't. His lawyers certainly disagree. Yesterday we spoke to Frank Davis. He says the simple matter is that the man is not well. Special Prosecutor's Office says, yeah, you can be unwell, but are you unable to travel? To them, it's two different things, and they do not believe that Mr. Ofori-Atta is unable to travel. Yeah. Well,
so his team needs to work with the special prosecutor, give him all the reasons, all the documentations, if they've not done that already.
They say they've provided a biopsy. Special Prosecutor's Office says, well, a biopsy is basically a lab test, right? You've done a test that says you have a condition. This doesn't tell me that you can't travel.
Yeah.
This is the condition that many people in society have and are functioning. Some of them are going to work every day with it. So the fact that you have a test that shows you have the condition doesn't tell us that you can't travel.
We'll be following this. We'll bring you more updates on Ken, OSP Cecilia Dapa.
Oh, yeah.
OSP and the other cases here on Joy 99.7 FM.
So Iyoko wants the case back.
Yes.
This is new Iyoko, right? Old Iyoko said, we don't know where to start.
Yeah.
New Iyoko says, we know where to start.
We want to reopen this docket.
All be the same Iyoko.
Yeah.
Hey. Which Iyoko is the Iyoko? Will the real Iyoko please stand up?
Wait till 6th June 2025 to get updates.
Oh my god. Is this going to become a thing now? Anyway.
1 July 2020. Well, good morning, Kisi Ejami. Today is 3 June.
3 June. Oh, today is 3 June. Oh boy. Anyway, listen, it's good that we can find levity in these moments because I mean we are very concerned about what happened 10 years ago on this day. There was nothing to laugh about that night, you know, and the following morning there was carnage across the center of Accra. It looked like something out of war-torn Beirut.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like a bomb someone had set off a bomb. But the explosion was completely accidental in its, in its nature. It certainly wasn't someone's deliberate action, but the result, I mean, was just as tragic.
Yeah.
And there was chaos across the city. The question is, what have we learned from it? What have we put in place to ensure that this can't happen in your community, in your area, at the filling station down the road from your house? Should there be a filling station down the road from your house? I mean, have we resolved any of these issues? Have we come out with anything from it that even looks like we learned a lesson? Well, the people of that community certainly don't think so. I spent some time there yesterday, Kojo, and I can assure you there are people who were angry even at the thought of bringing up the conversation again just because they felt nothing has been done since the last time people died there because of flood and fire. Well, we get back into it today. Stay tuned for it. Right now, though, it's time for the BBC News, brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
This week on People Fixing the World from the BBC World Service, it's all about shipping containers and two unexpected ways that these metal boxes are being used to make our world a better place. We'll start underneath a busy highway in India where shipping containers are giving children from poorer families access to education.
The school is a series of shipping containers underneath the flyover. One is painted over with butterflies all over it. Another one has handprints, and you're transported to a different world.
Also, we'll meet a man who's using shipping containers in the fight against climate change.
The air is coming towards us out of the box.
Yes, and this would be air that doesn't have carbon?
This has air without carbon or less carbon in it.
I'm Myra Anubi, and I'll tell you more about these clever ideas on People Fixing the World right after the BBC News.
Hello, I'm Neil Nunes with the BBC News. The Civil Defense Agency in Hamas-controlled Gaza says Israeli tanks and drones have killed 19 people, among thousands gathering near an aid distribution center in the south of the Strip. The Gaza Health Ministry put the toll at 24. Israel denied shooting Palestinians in a similar incident on Sunday, which the Health Ministry said killed 31 people. Barbara Platasha has this report.
Palestinian officials said the shootings took place at roughly the same area as the Sunday incident, about a kilometer from an aid distribution site where people gather waiting to be granted access. It's part of a new American and Israeli-run delivery system which Israel says aims to prevent Hamas from stealing aid. A spokesman for Gaza's Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency said the Israelis opened fire with tanks and drones. Footage being shared by journalists in Gaza show injured people and body bags at the nearby Nasser hospital. The Israeli military said it did fire at suspects who deviated from the designated route and ignored warning shots.
Hours before the reported killings of more Palestinians at an aid distribution center, the controversial new relief system was strongly criticized by the UN Human Rights Chief. Volker Turk said it showed utter disregard for civilians who were being made to run to collect aid in desperate circumstances. The people of South Korea are voting in a snap presidential election called after the impeachment of the former President Yoon Suk-yeol. He was forced from office after a disastrous attempt 6 months ago to declare martial law. Here's Jean McKenzie.
The country's been without a president now for 6 months, becoming bitterly polarised and making politics here more turbulent. The main opposition candidate has been campaigning in a bulletproof vest after receiving death threats. This election is a chance to steer South Korea back onto safer, more stable ground and to heal some of these fractures. Whoever's elected will also need to deal with problems abroad. At the top of that list is high-stakes negotiations with President Trump over tariffs and defense, talks which have been on hold.
President Zelensky has lashed out at Russia for again rejecting Kyiv's call for an unconditional ceasefire after inconclusive talks in Istanbul. After Moscow's lead negotiators suggested local truces of 2 to 3 days to enable bodies of dead soldiers to be collected, Mr. Zelensky said a ceasefire would prevent people being killed. He also said Kyiv had asked Moscow to return hundreds of Ukrainian children.
As for the issue of children, we submitted a list of nearly 400 children. In response, they offered something along the lines of working on up to 10 children. That's their idea of addressing the humanitarian issue.
BBC News. Reports have emerged that Sudanese army warplanes killed or injured at least 89 people on Sunday in Al-Khoma in North Darfur. Local emergency services said the airstrike targeted a busy market in the town controlled by paramilitary rapid support forces. A prominent Kenyan rights activist has told the BBC he struggles to sleep after being jailed and tortured in Tanzania. Boniface Mwangi traveled to Dar es Salaam last month to attend the trial of the opposition leader Tundu Lissu. Mr. Mwangi said he and a Ugandan activist, Agatha Atuhari, were handcuffed, blindfolded and abused as President Samia Suluhu Hassan warned of what she called foreign interference in Tanzanian politics. He explained why he spoke out about his torture.
So our torturers, and they told us that if you dare speak, we're going to expose you, and we realized that we need to take back the power. So We spoke yesterday and shared our story so that we can be able to take back our power, because at the moment, since we left captivity, we've been under their control and under the fear of those things leaking online. You know, you struggle that you're walking around with shame and guilt of what happened to you, but the shame and guilt should be on the other side, not on us.
A 6.2 magnitude earthquake has struck near the Greek island of Rhodes, causing buildings to sway. At the same time, a 5.8 magnitude quake was felt in the Marmaris area of southwestern Turkey, killing at least one person. The government of Panama says the world's largest banana-producing company, Chiquita, has removed its administrative staff in response to an ongoing strike. The firm had already sacked 5,000 workers from its farms in Bocas del Toro province and wants to fire the remainder. It says it has lost millions of dollars since the Banana Workers Trade Union joined a nationwide strike. BBC World News.
People. My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out on your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out on your side. And when you dream, no say I live by you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live by you. Many want. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game of choices. Listen with rapt attention. Round 1, question 1. Elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Now the second question. Less than 4 hours or at least 6 hours of sleep at night?
At least 6 hours of sleep.
The last question. Yomi yogurt or...
Yomi yogurt, of course.
Oh, I'm not done.
No need. That's my choice. Yomi yogurt.
Life is full of choices. Always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Whether it's a morning start, a midday snack, or a dessert, our delicious Yomi yogurt is here to nourish you. Yummy, a nourishing choice. This advert is FDA approved.
A lot of people have lost their lives. I'm at a loss of words to express how I feel. We'll have to take some measures to be able to avoid this happening in the future.
I was standing by the window there. The fire came from the left side, and another one made it, and then it drew the iron gates down there. The whole building was shaking. I thought it was collapsed.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Sidina Buano. The rewards are big with Compute Ghana. Get extra savings, extra value on everything you buy at Compute Ghana. All thanks to the Macho CD. This is not just your regular Prime Week, this is Prime Week Extra. That's right, as your CD goes further, Prime Week goes extra. Enjoy our slash prices across all IT, mobile and home appliance brands as much as up to 50% off. Visit any Compute Ghana showroom or website to shop from Prime Week Extra and let your CD rule the discount. Call 030-275-2020 or WhatsApp 024-314-3143 for enquiries. This Prime Week is extra. Save more.
Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more Super. And the Polytank, we did. Polytank, papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank, the original, always the best.
Mom, please can I have some milk in my Milo? Have you tasted it? No, but I didn't see you add milk. Hey, taste it before you ask me any questions. Hey, milk na chum say. This is Milo all in one. Milo pampa, cocoa, malt, milk and show, everything is inside.
Milo All-in-One already comes with more milk. Just mix with water and taste the nourishing goodness of quality cocoa, malt, and more milk all in one sachet. Milo, the energy to go further.
This advert is FDA approved.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
It's like no time has passed at all.
Yep.
It's like it happened just yesterday. The memory of the 3rd of June is fresh. It's impossible to shake. It is a trauma on the conscience of our nation. 10 years ago, almost 170 people lost their lives in one loud explosion, caused completely by accident. when fuel found its way out of reservoirs at a filling station and into the surrounding floodwater. And eventually, nature does what nature does. A spark from a market over 1 kilometer away set ablaze all of that fuel in the rain and burnt a trail that ran like a snake across the surface of the water, according to eyewitnesses, burning everything in its wake, all the way back to the source, the Goyle filling station, where a massive explosion set the night sky ablaze. It could be seen for miles in every direction. And the impact on the lives of those in that community has been felt for years since. Today we remember those we lost on the 3rd of June, 2015. But sadly, we have to ask ourselves, was it for nothing? It's important that we remember exactly how bad this was. Short memory can sometimes be a blessing. It helps you to manage trauma. But it can be a curse because it distances you from the lesson you're supposed to learn. Today we bring back the lesson. We bring back some of the survivors, some of the heroes, those affected the most by what happened on the 3rd of June. And Kojo, you know 2 of them, don't you?
Yes, I know 2 of them, and on the night I interacted with both of them. One of them worked around the industrial area, around the Graphic Road. They were stuck in the office. And another was also stuck at home. And I remember both their messages for help. Let me read the first one. Kafui wrote on the night that I need help. My daughter and I are not safe. Nadmo is not here yet. We are behind the trade fair. My compound is flooded. We are in our rooms and we cannot come out. That was the first person calling for help.
Tell us about the second person.
Yes, and the second one is my other friend, Akusia Kwafu Ojiri. Now, Akusia on the night was working at GH1. You remember GH1 Studios, where it is around Graphic Road, and they were stuck.
Right.
So she placed a call to me. We were on the phone for some time, trying to calm her down and trying to get her some help. A week later, this is what she wrote on Facebook. Last week by this time, we were stuck in a flooded building. We had to stay in a flooded building overnight. The mosquito bites, the scary smell of the fuel, the uncertainty, the fear of the floor collapsing, the fear of death, the fear of not seeing your family, the fear of not being missed when you are gone, the fear of leaving the world with things undone. Thank God for His saving grace. Thank God for unmerited favor. Thank God for His protection. Imela is still all I can say to you, Lord. I am forever grateful. And thank you all who prayed and were worried with and for me.
Those are 2 who were lucky enough to survive, right?
Yeah.
They're lucky to still be with us. And in fact, they are with us right now on the phone. Let's say good morning to Kafui. Kafui, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
It's a special pleasure to say good morning to you because I know that if things had gone the other way around, 10 years from now, we would be mentioning your name as someone we remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Walk us through as comfortably as you can, because I suspect that this is quite a traumatic, experience for you. But as comfortably as you can, Kafui, tell us what happened that night.
Okay, so that on June 3rd, usually I don't close early from work, but on that particular day I closed early because my shop was just at trade fair. So I picked up my daughter and then we went home. And when the weather began to change, I remember I called a friend and said, it looks kind of funny, but thank God I'm home. Little did I know that even being home was going to be worse, and it started to rain. And I was on a call with a friend, Larry, at the time. And Larry said, look, if it's getting worse, you just have to get out of the place. But I kept telling him, it's okay, it's fine, until it wasn't fine anymore. And I had to call out for help. And the only thing I could do was to post on Facebook. And it looks like everybody was all over the place. Everybody needed help. So nobody was minding me at the point. And Larry said something. This morning, I just remembered and I actually sent him a message. He said, look, if the last thing for me to do is to save your daughter and you, I would do it. And that was how he came. In fact, he swam on my compound to enter my room to bring us out. He carried my daughter on his head and me at his back. That was what he did, and that was how we got saved.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, my friend Larry, that's Larry Dogbe to come.
Yeah, we suspected you meant Larry Dogbe. Good old Larry. Thank God for him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was my savior on that day. My hero.
No doubt. Well, someone else who has something to be very, very grateful for is Akosia, right? Akosia Kwafu-Ojiri. Now you, Akosia, good morning to you.
Good morning, Kojo.
Yeah, you were stuck at work.
Yes.
How did that happen?
So it was like a normal day. I used to work at Charterhouse at the time, and Charterhouse and GH1 were owned by the same company. So we were working on a new production. So after work at Charterhouse, we had just gone, and we were done with the production. Then it started to rain. We were like, let's stay here and let the rain subside so that we can go home afterwards. So we're all just at the reception area, like usual media house thing, teasing each other, laughing. And then it started to rain. So one of the guys came and said, there's water on the compound. So those who have parked, they should move to the next, they should move outside or to the next company, because it appeared that they had a bit of a higher ground. So people moved their cars, and then we went back and we were just chatting, it's just rain, the rain will stop. And then out of nowhere, there was some sudden rush of water into the reception area. And before we could think, the reception was flooding. So they asked all of us to run upstairs. There was, those of you who had been to GH1, the old one, there was a wooden stairs and the upstairs was wooden. So we all had to rush upstairs because in about less than 5 minutes, the whole place was flooding very, very fast. So we all just ran upstairs. We were there before we could tell. The whole compound was flooding. It was dark and the light had gone out. And we were all scared because the stairs was getting soggy. And so when you step on the wood, you could feel like it's a bit moving. And we were all scared there. It was raining. The rain won't stop. The compound kept flooding. And it had covered the generator, had covered the GH1 wall at the time. So we were scared, only to see the sky turn orange. And we were all like, someone's house is on fire. We saw the explosion happen right in front of us because of where we were on the graphic road.
Yeah.
But we didn't know the extent of the devastation. the NADMO lines were not going through. It was so frustrating. I think I posted so many times on Facebook that day. Kojo had to call me to calm me down because I was frustrated. I was like, emergency lines are supposed to work in an emergency. That's why they are there. And the NADMO lines were not going through. And we were terrified. At a point, we could smell fuel in the water. And we were scared because we don't know what lightning will happen. We don't know whether the fire we are seeing can happen. It was torture. But fortunately for us, one of our colleagues, Emily's brother, was with the army and were part of the rescue team. And so they came for us, I think around 3 a.m. And even as I'm talking about this, I just remember that in the middle of the night, I think after midnight, when we were still scared, we saw a man and a heavily pregnant woman and a young boy walking through the water. So the boys asked her, "Where are you going?" She was just standing there, like she couldn't talk. She was standing in the water. She was pregnant, standing in the water, and the man had carried a little boy. So we were like, she should come upstairs, and at least this place is safer than being in the water. Their church apparently was flooding, so she had to climb out of the church with her son. And so the man was also was a passenger in the car, so they were helping. And I remember looking at the little boy shivering upstairs when we were trying to cover him, and the pregnant woman was just crying. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm scared, I'm afraid, but this person's predicament seems worse than mine because she's pregnant. And after having 2 children of my own, I now understand what she was going through. And so we stayed there till about 3 a.m. or around 4 a.m. And there's uncertainty because at that time, still the NADMO lines were not working. And we heard a voice, GH1 people, are you there? And we're like, yeah, who is this? And then we said yes, and he said, Emily has reminded me that you people still haven't been attended to, so we are here. We are coming for you. Just give us some time. Those are the army military men were coming for us.
Yeah.
And when they came, they gave us that, I don't know what it's called, so that canoe-like thing. I think they have a special name for it. So they brought it close. And I'm not a short person, but when I stepped into the water was above my waist level. And when I sat in the canoe-like thing, I just burst out crying. I was just crying, and the military man kept telling me that it's okay, you're safe, you're safe, you're safe. And we managed it took us to the STC area that was dry at the time, and we managed to find our way back. Even at that time, we still didn't know how the orange sky we saw, what it actually meant. We thought someone's house was on fire, was an explosion. It was later that morning that we saw the bodies that had been burnt, that we understood that what we were looking at was a devastation. Yeah.
Did you smell the fuel in the water?
Yes. You could smell it in the water.
I can only imagine your relief.
It's even surprising that it's been 10 years. Like every June 3rd is it's like, and I thought I had overcome it till I think after a few months we went back there and it had threatened to rain and it started drizzling. I was behaving like a crazy girl at GH1. It's going to rain, just walking around. That was when I realized that what I had gone through was like, it's trauma that I needed to, because every time it threatened to rain around that side, I act abnormally because I don't think I had processed what had actually happened till a few months later. Yeah.
Recounting the events of June 3, 2015, with Kafui and Akosua. Kafui was home with her daughter when the rain came and trapped her. Akosua and her colleagues were at work. It was a regular day until it wasn't.
Yeah.
And she just thanks God that they were rescued. Kafui, your daughter was 7 years old at the time. How old? Well, I mean, she's 17 now. Where is she? And does she remember these events?
Yes, and so I think she still suffers from the trauma that anytime it begins to rain, she reacts in a particular way. So she hates rainy season. I don't know how I'm going to be handling that, but she just does not like rainy season. Yesterday when she went to school, and she messaged me that it's June again and it's going to be raining. I don't think I really want to be going to school.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Poor girl. Yeah.
It was quite traumatic, you know.
No doubt.
I know with kids, it's very hard on them. So, but
now, I mean, both of you, obviously, you didn't move out from, or you didn't stop working at these locations after that night. Have you seen anything change? If these circumstances were to repeat themselves, is there anything new that's been done that would keep people safe?
Well, I have moved from that particular home because the trauma was too much for me. I actually moved out the following week.
Oh,
so
wow.
I haven't gone back there. Yeah, it was a home I owned, but I let it go. I couldn't stay there anymore.
Understandably, yeah.
Yeah, and I had to stay at somewhere that I feel way safer now, and I don't have to worry about flood. But it looks like much has been done in that particular area. The last time I drove through there, where I went to visit a friend, I saw there's some drains that had been constructed, and I believe that should help should such an incident happen again. But most of these things are actually about attitude and how we for me, I think it's just about attitude, how we handle even waste in this country. You understand? Because I strongly believe that if we don't have waste blocking all the drains, we may not be experiencing some of these things that we experienced 10 years ago. Yeah. So if we have to work at something, it has to be more intentional, and then people should know our attitude towards waste management. It's one of the contributing factors.
Yeah. Akosua.
Hi, Kojo. Well, I no longer work with Charter House, but I'm still in the media. I'm still a comms person. I drive around that side of town a lot because I used to live in Dansoman. I don't think that much has changed. Accra flooded a few weeks ago.
Yep.
I believe that our ignition for doing the right thing is always from a pain of a disaster. People die, and properties are lost. Like we are ignited to do the right thing because disaster. When the disaster subsides, everybody goes back to doing what they used to do, which is not fixing the problem. I think that our ignition for doing the right thing should come from a sense of duty, an understanding of the responsibility that has been placed on you, whether you are a citizen, whether you're a duty bearer. If it's your job to ensure that drains are not clogged, do it. Don't wait for a disaster to be ignited to do something that you're supposed to be doing already. If you are a citizen, do the right thing. Don't drop refuse anywhere. Don't clog gutters. Be a good citizen. I think a lot of the time, that's our problem. When something happens, the ignition is from the euphoria of the disaster and the pain of it. And so after people move on and we forget the disaster, nothing happens. But if it's from a sense of duty, we'll be able to sustain it. I was expecting that maybe there will be a policy or implementation of a policy that everybody can trace to what happened on June 3rd, and we can say that because of June 3rd, this and this and this is what, as a nation, we have agreed that we would do to ensure that lives are not lost again. Because sitting here remembering 10 years on, it could have been me. If I had decided to leave earlier, I could have been stuck in the water, because the chances are I want to cycle to pick a car to Gamsoman. And only God knows what would have happened. So in all of this, I think what I feel we should take away with is that our ignition for doing the right thing should come from a deep sense of responsibility and duty, and not from anything else.
Yeah. Akosia and Kafu, your voices matter because of what you've been through, and you are certainly speaking to the people who need to hear it. So let's pray that indeed it falls on fertile ground. But we thank God for your lives, and we thank you for your time with us this morning. God bless you both. It's the 3rd of June, and this is the award-winning Super Morning Show. We all need a moment, so let's take one. We're back after these.
Afternoon.
Oh, afternoon.
Please, Momo.
Deposit or withdrawal?
Withdrawal.
Ah, I like how you say withdrawal. How much?
500 Ghana.
Why allow cash out?
Yes.
I feel ball number no mami why?
0241 789.
Ah, nice one. Approve.
Please, the agent's name, is it Mipiska Bebre to Crime Ventures?
Hey, into what body ni na?
She. My let I have to verify.
Always confirm the name of the person you are receiving money from before accepting a request. If you receive a request from a friend to send money to an unfamiliar number, call to confirm before taking action. Do not share your number with strangers for the purpose of receiving e-cash in exchange for physical cash, because the source could be criminal and result in legal actions against you.
MTN.
Ever wondered what else your Standard Chartered Visa card can do? It is not just for taking money from ATMs. Your Standard Chartered Visa card is the enjoyment card. Use it to shop at malls and supermarkets and for all your online transactions. Book and pay for that overdue vacation online and win fantastic rewards like airtime, Melcon gift vouchers, and a weekend stay at a plush hotel and many more. It is the enjoyment card. So next time you're about to make any payment, let your Standard Chartered Visa card lead the way, not cash. It is your gateway to secure, convenient, and rewarding payments. Visit the 360 Rewards website for more information. Standard Chartered, here for good.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time.
right, listen, we're welcome back. And let me ask you, have you heard about the incredible benefits of Excellium from Total Energies? Let me tell you more about this premium fuel and its amazing 3-in-1 power. Total Energies introduces Excellium new formula, the additive enriched fuel, with its powerful 3-in-1 action that cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. Thanks to the cumulative effect of its anti-corrosion, anti-wear, and detergent additives, Excellium new formula also lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption while reducing CO2 emissions. You will drive, sir. Experience the difference with Total Energies Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium. Choose quality.
And let me give you some good news from GCB Bank. If you're a shareholder with a GCB Bank, your trusted financial partner, GCB, is committed to ensuring that your shares with them continue to thrive and yield positive returns. Now, they are kindly requesting that you update your records with them. That is your telephone number, your email address with the bank, so that you get regular, timely, and relevant updates on your shares. So to do this, kindly visit any GCB Bank branch and you'll be assisted to do this. You may also access their website, gcbbank.com.gh, or their shareholders portal, ep.gcblimited.com /shareholders portal, to go through a simple process to update your records. Look, if you have any challenges, call your relationship manager. They also assist you with the links to register and update your records. Shareholders registered on the CSD may contact their brokers for the necessary records updates to be done. With just a few simple steps, you can ensure a seamless experience and stay well informed about the progress of your shares. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
For life is for life. All right, well, listen, it's about time you got yourself a Toyota Starlet from Toyota Ghana Company Limited. It's your preferred choice for drive comfort, and of course, it's designed for those who have beauty, performance, and safety in mind. The Toyota Starlet delivers perfect value for your money. The Starlet is a 5-seater saloon car with ample legroom to minimize driving fatigue. Rush to buy yourself a Toyota Starlet from any Toyota Ghana Company Limited showroom today and enjoy either 1 year or 20,000 kilometers, whichever comes first, or free service. You also get an extended warranty of 5 years or 120,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Call Toyota Ghana Company Limited today on 0302 429 801 to 805, and you can get further information from them. Terms and conditions apply. Ghana drives a Toyota Starlet.
Now, Omni Basic Bank is talking to all our beautiful customers. They have they have an account information update call for you. Please proceed to any of their branches or visit their website, omnibasic.com.gh, to update your account records with your Ghana card. For more information, call 0303-708-6000 or 0800-100-790. You need to update your account with the bank if you're a customer, so that you can continue to do business seamlessly with them and have a beautiful experience. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
All right, well, let me remind you that MNC Properties is your home ownership partner, and they are offering you affordable houses as well as fresh property. You get property management services as well, and all of this is available with sale of litigation free land. So take advantage of their premium listing website to advertise, rent, and sell your property. In fact, your smooth road to home ownership starts here. Speak to them on 0302 551 917. MNC Properties, choice of class.
There has never been a better time to get things done, and SG Ghana is making it possible. Their low interest loans are back. Yes. Omasenya titi at the end of say who? If you're a salaried worker, whether you're on controller and accountant general's department payroll, you work with an SG Ghana listed institution, or you already bank with SG Ghana, this is your time. From now till the end of September 2025, apply and receive a loan from SG Ghana for your personal or business needs and enjoy unbelievably low interest rates. During the Yasain Atiso loan promo, join thousands of Ghanaians transforming their lives with the money they need at the rate they love. The money you need at the rate you love. Yes, visit any SG Ghana branch near you or call 0302-214-314 for more details about the Yasain Atiso loans promo today. Terms and conditions apply. SG Ghana, the future is you.
The way these people like to tiso, very soon they will be coming out with another one. Tiani Atiso. They did Yatisubium, Yasan Tisubium, Yatitiso, Yabasan Tisubium.
Oh, Titiso, Charlie. Getting cheaper money is nice.
Well, why not? Why
easy
not?
Capital. Yes.
Yeah. So
what you need at the rate you love.
Amen.
I need 1 million Ghana cedis at 1%.
I need 1 million Ghana cedis and they should pay me to take it. All right. Now listen, if you see the tortoise on your tank, you've made a good choice in life. It's the correct tank. But if not, then my guy, listen to me. The tortoise tank, Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. It's strong, it's durable, and it's built to handle our Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So listen, go outside, check your tank. If it doesn't have a tortoise on it, then you know what to do. Upgrade. Join the Syntex tank family today and enjoy water storage that is tough like the tortoise. Call them on 0244 335 168 to buy now, or you can find out from one of their over 400 agents across the country how you can be a Syntex tank owner. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, a year strong, a year tough.
And from now till September 2025, Access Bank is giving you the opportunity to take a share of over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5s, iPhone 16s, Chromebooks, and much more in the Access Bank Fatketwa Beje Kesie promo. They have 4 monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws, and all you need to do is simply deposit a minimum of 260 Ghana cedis in your new or existing Access Bank current or savings account to join the promo, increase it to 500 Ghana cedis or more, and qualify for a draw. For the youth customers, that is the solo account, spend 500 Ghana cedis or more with any Access Visa card and qualify for a reward. The more you deposit, the higher your chances of winning. The promo runs from now to September 2025. It's in partnership with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Join the Fakitwa Beji Kesie train. Save now for the future and win big. For more information, visit ghana.accessbankplc.com or call toll free on 0800 004400. Access Bank, more than banking.
All right, well listen, don't you forget at some point today to go to kingdomstoreonline.com for the best quality office essentials, equipment, furniture and stationery, all from Kingdom Books. Now they are affordable. You can pay via Momo across all networks, and of course they'll deliver to your home or office in really good time. If you live in Accra or Tema, that's free delivery for you. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. Well, listen, we've got you covered on this 3rd of June. Even though it's raining outside, the shelter is right here on the Super Morning Show as we remember the events of June 3, 2015, the nation-changing events of
Kojo,
June 3.
There is a very interesting message we have on Twitter that I'll share with listeners later from Maxwell Mafo.
Oh, I can't wait.
He recounted his journey from Cantonment to Lakeside.
Wow.
And from what he wrote, it looks like for people of Lakeside nothing has changed, because 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago there was rain, and there was the whole Lakeside was away. I'll share that message with you and reflect on that later on the show.
Stay with us. That's all coming up right now, though. Gear up for some sports, birthdays and more right here on the Super Morning Show.
Telecel Cash has the lowest transfer charges ever in Ghana. Send it keke with Telecel Cash. You for sort out your old boy? Send it keke. Your girl they bill you? Send it keke. Merchant payment? Send it keke to all networks. T-Cash agents in Swatch baby. You won't buy some 1212. Send it keke. And even better, T-Cash to T-Cash transfers are still free on the Telecel Play app. Telecel Cash is a secure and convenient platform for cash transfers across all networks and anywhere mobile money transactions are made. Dial *110# to send money at the lowest charges ever, or download the Telecel Play app to send cash to T-Cash wallets for free. Telecel Cash. Send the keke.
On the go, night or day. BBL up is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. BBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. BBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime. Right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
All right. Well, listen, we must apologize. We've had to do a bit of shifting with our programming today because it's a special day. We've got special content for you, and so forgive us. But it's all coming your way now. First of all, let me remind you, we will do your birthday wishes later on the show. Birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. All right, well, you know what time it is. In the words of Sark, the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. FPAC blows your pain away, and DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And Standard Chartered Bank has something big for our women entrepreneurs. If you are looking for a way to expand your business and grow, join the Standard Chartered Future Makers Women in Tech program. It exists to give you the platform to spark bold ideas. Now, with this initiative, you will gain a dedicated portfolio manager to help shape your business growth journey, access to seed funding of up to $10,000, the Ghana cedi equivalent, tailored masterclasses and invaluable mentorship opportunities. There's a whole lot more for you in a vibrant alumni network across Africa and the Middle East. So look, go to scwomenintechgh.com to apply now and take your business to the next level. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Well, if you're looking for a smarter and more convenient way to stay connected, then it's time to live seamlessly with MTN's eSIM. Now, you don't need to carry multiple phones around, because with the MTN eSIM, you can have multiple numbers linked to one smartphone. Just dial *#06# to check your phone's eligibility. Download my MTN app or visit MTN website to request for your eSIM. You can also visit any of our service centers nationwide to get easy hands-on assistance. Go seamless with MTN eSIM for convenience and seamless connectivity. So what are we doing today? Straight to the MTN office to get our eSIM. Good morning and welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center. Let's start from the 2025 edition of the Ghana Football Awards. The nominees for the various categories were announced yesterday at a ceremony here in Accra. Mohamed Kudus, he will not be defending his Player of the Year award because he did not make the final three for the Player of the Year award. Instead, Antoine Semenyo, Thomas Partey and Iñaki Williams are in the running for that prize. Elsewhere, Mercy Beko of Please Ladies and Doris Boudua, they are among the nominees for the Female Footballer of the Year, while Mohamed Salah of Egypt, Morocco's Ashraf Hakimi and Sahil Gourassi of Guinea are in the running for the Best African Player of the Year. Felix Rumak is a board member of the Ghana Football Awards. it's special because it's another year and it's the 7th edition, and we believe that for the past 6 years it's been good. It is always challenging when you have another year because you want to improve on what's the 6th edition. So we are trying to improve last year's award, and that's the reason why this time around we've renamed some categories like the Thumbs Up to the Football Impact Award. We've brought in Football for Goods Awards as well. So we are looking forward to have a very good year in the 7th edition. Well, Felix Romack is a board member of the Ghana Football Awards. The 2025 edition is going to be held on the 14th of June at the Grand Arena, the Accra International Conference Center. And that's going to be live on Joy Prime. So do well to check that on your calendar. Moving on, Nations FC owner Dr. Kwame has said he regrets investing in Ghana football following the acts of violence that occurred during the Premier League game against Basake Holy Stars on Sunday. This was after he was allegedly assaulted along with club president Dr. Divine Chebwedu at the Ampain Arena during the game. Nations FC eventually abandoned the game, citing what they deemed as unfair officiating and security lapses.
I was not happy with what happened. I have followed football for long, but yesterday's incident was not good. To win the league at the cost of losing lives, then I prefer to lose it. I have regretted getting involved in Ghana football. I have lost the passion for it. We are hoping for a change. If we all sit and only complain about it, then we are not acting right as elderly people.
Well, that was Dr. Kwame speaking. He's the owner of Nations FC. After nearly 48 hours after the chaos in Ampine, there is no statement from the Ghana Football Association charging the clubs or even commenting on that incident and what they intend to do. Joy Sports editor Fentio Tahiru Fentio believes this shows the association's lack of commitment to the league.
For a league without a sponsor, without television broadcasters, the organizers themselves have not shown or demonstrated that the league is the most essential and most important product they can have. This weekend was penultimate round of matches in the Ghana Premier League, where potentially 3 teams could set themselves up for a dramatic finish at the end. It was a massive opportunity for us to draw eyeballs into the league and show that there is certain competitiveness to the Ghana Premier League. Instead, what happens? Every top brass member of the Ghana Football Association who mattered followed the Black Stars to London for friendly matches that are not even within the FIFA friendly window and left the Ghana Premier League to its fate. No thought went into the organization. And more than 24 hours after the incident, the Ghana Football Association had not commented on it. Have they commented on it as at this hour? I haven't seen anything. How is this possible?
Elsewhere, Real Tamale United's bid for a quick return to the Ghana Premier League collapsed last Friday at the Accra Sports Stadium after a 2-1 playoff defeat to 11 Wonders. The team's relegation last season was dramatic. They fielded an unregistered team against Dreams FC in a league game, with many expecting demotion to the lower tiers of Ghana football. Officials were instead handed bans, with the team competing in the Division 1 and making it to the playoff. Their former head coach Shaibu Ibrahim Tanko is hopeful they can regroup and secure promotion next term.
With all due respect to the coach, I will first and foremost congratulate him for getting to this far with the club. And then again, I will say that it's unfortunate they are unable to qualify. Rebuilding is an effort. I'll commend them for that effort to have gotten this far. The only thing is that I'm hoping that they are able to maintain that composure to be able to come in this regard next time round.
Well, let's move the conversation on to women's football, where the Black Queens of Ghana will take on Cote d'Ivoire in Abidjan at 7 p.m. in the Women's AFCON warm-up game. In athletics, President of Ghana Athletics, Bao Faseni, believes Abdul Rashid Samino running a world-leading time in the 100 meters signifies that sprinting in Ghana has reached its peak. The University of South Florida students ran a blistering 9.8 seconds on Friday at the NCAA East Prelims to book his place at the World Championships in Tokyo.
And we are very happy that he has made it to this far. That is how excitement he has brought to us as a federation. And I could not be more proud to have such an athlete like Samini. Bear in mind that this is the second athlete this season that we are having running sub 10. Now, Zamati also made another 9.98, and Samine has made 9.86. That clearly indicates that Ghana's sprint has reached the crescendo of the world. Very, very soon, we'll have more than 3 of our athletes qualifying for the World Championship, and that will put us in the pole position for a medal contention at the World Championship in Tokyo this year.
President of Ghana Athletics, Ba Fuseni. Meanwhile, the first edition of the Johnny Walker Annual Ghana Golf Championship teed off in grand fashion at the Achimota Golf Club in Accra last weekend, blending world-class sport with luxury lifestyle in a bold new chapter for golf in Ghana. Benai Elomdafiamepo has more in this report.
Hosted by Johnny Walker Blue Label, the 2-day championship brought together 120 golfers from 10 countries alongside industry leaders, tastemakers, and brand partners. With both men and women competing across top-tier categories, the event showcased the growing inclusivity and international appeal of the sport in West Africa. Day 1 began with a symbolic official tee-off, setting the tone for the weekend of high-caliber golf. The evening concluded with a dinner reception and the Mirror Ball experience, a signature celebration of luxury, music, and connection. The second day offered another competitive round of fairways, accompanied by live music from Ghana's Honey Grove Band, and concluded with a grand award ceremony honoring standout performers across a range of categories. The tournament marked more than a milestone for Johnny Walker. It also coincided with Guinness Ghana's 65th anniversary, symbolizing a legacy of excellence and bold character that continues to shape premium experiences in Ghana and beyond. Marketing and Innovations Director of Guinness Ghana, Estella Musito, was happy with the success of the event.
Very excited today on the first edition of the Johnny Walker Annual Ghana Golf Championship. I mean, we set out a month ago, we talked about why we were going to do this tournament. We said that, we've been a partner of various events on the Ghanaian golf calendar, but we also felt that, Johnny Walker, it's right about time for us to have our own event, and that's why we say starting this year we'll establish this event.
By marrying sport with lifestyle, the Johnny Walker Annual Ghana Golf Championship positions itself as a defining fixture on the country's sporting calendar.
That was Benai Elomdafiamepo's reports on the Johnny Walker Golf Championship. Meanwhile, the UK government has threatened to sue former Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich to make sure the money from the club sale goes to Ukraine. The £2.5 billion in proceeds have been frozen in a UK bank account since the sale, with Abramovich sanctioned after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The UK government wants the money to be for Ukrainian humanitarian aid, but Abramovich has said he wanted to go to all victims of the war in Ukraine. Elsewhere, top seed Yannick Sinner continued his serene French Open progress with a 6-1, 6-3, 6-4 dismantling of Russian Andrei Rublev to reach the quarters in ominous fashion last Monday. He'll face Kazakh's Alexander Bublik in the quarter-final. Three-time champion Novak Djokovic also roared into the French Open quarters by beating Briton Cameron Norrie 6-2, 6-3, 6-2 for his 100th match victory at the Roland Garros on Monday to join Rafael Nadal in one of the sport's most exclusive fraternities. The Serbian's determined performance ensured he became only the second man to win a century of matches at the Parisian Grand Slam, following the retired Nadal, who has 112, keeping him on track for a record 25th major at the site of his Olympic gold medal last year. And that's how we end the Joy Sports Center. Back to you, Kojo Akoto Boateng.
Thank you, Achu. Where were you on the 3rd of June?
I don't remember, but I was in Takrady.
You were in Takrady?
Yeah, but as for the specific place, no.
It hadn't rained in Takrady.
It did rain.
Yeah, but you didn't have anything like
not to that level, not to that scale. Before I go there, let me say very happy birthday to a brother and a good friend of mine, Dr. Gameli Aheto. He knows how to party.
Happy birthday to Dr. Gameli Aheto. It's 8:03. This is the Super Morning Show, and we bring you the Business Minutes. It's brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts. The The cedi has appreciated against the US dollar by more than 35% for the first 5 months of this year, according to data from commercial banks. The Bank of Ghana's target of achieving single-digit inflation by first quarter seems achievable, based on assessment of economic data put together by the country's development partners. The Association of Ghana Industries has denied tying all its members to a 60-day cycle before prices can be reviewed, in line with the city's surge. And India's heavy industries minister says Elon Musk-owned electric vehicle giant Tesla is not interested in manufacturing in that country. The remarks were made as the Indian government issued detailed guidelines for a scheme to promote EV manufacturing in India. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah, wake up to joy in the morning. Yeah, if you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning on the super morning show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Richie Pamela Juman. Title of the song is Odoyi Wahin. Where is the love? Where is the love for our environment? Where is the love for posterity? Where is the love for doing good things? Where is the love for kindness? As we mark 10 years of the June 3 disaster, what are we doing differently to make Ghana better? This is the Super Morning Show, and please let me apologize for bringing the Joy Business Minute 3 minutes later than it was expected to be, because we have a special program today on the June 3 disaster. So we've overrun some of our segments slightly. Kindly forgive us as we work together to have the conversation that brings us closure, that gives us the assurance that tomorrow, if it rains, we should not be scared, because we've built our environment to take care of the water and to take care of us.
And I know love is what our hearts desire, so I hope that the world will try to hear my cry.
Now let me tell you about Anointed Engineering Services Limited. They are into sales of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA. And they are selling these at very, very competitive prices. For every generator you acquire from them, you enjoy a 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. Their services also include, but not limited to, 24-hour emergency services, sale of spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice, and a whole lot more. If you want to buy or rent tower lights, talk to Anointed Engineering Services Limited. Locate their latest branch at Pokuase White House, opposite the Eco Block, and the head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway, near the Odoko traffic lights. They also have 21 branches nationwide. And if you want to learn, if you want to acquire skills, call them 0243 480 0540 109493. Anointed are the generator experts. Your messages are welcome on the Super Morning Show, and the big stories are also brought to you by Telecel, connecting Energy's Prudential Bank, truly dependable. So where were you on the 3rd of June? What was your experience? I remember moving from the airport area around 3 p.m. when it started raining. I got to Ashalebo Trade that day around 5 p.m. and it was all good in my neighborhood because, well, it was raining, but it wasn't flooding. And I got a call from a colleague and he said, "Look, Kojo, Accra is flooding and people are dying." And then within seconds, there were a lot of distress calls coming through because people wanted help with NADMO, with evacuations and all that. And then we heard of the explosion at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. And then the rest, it was just a night of pain and sorrow and uncertainty because we all didn't know what was really happening because Circle was a place we all used to pick our churches home. We had friends who would pick churches home. And people traveling from Kumasi would usually go to Circle as a transit point before they would go to the other places. So there was a lot of things running through my mind because who is getting caught in this? Who are we losing? And you see, that kind of death is like painful death. Getting drowned and getting burnt at the same time. Two of the elements that usually are against each other now combining to basically kill you. You see how the whole thing is. And 10 years on, what has changed? Share your thoughts with us. 055-1111-997. We'll be happy to read your messages here on the Super Morning Show on 99.7 FM. And Telecel, your secure and convenient cash platform, is still offering the lowest charges ever. Even better, sending money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash is still free on the Telecel Plea app. So if you are paying your school fees, you are sending cash to your favorite people, send the keke. Remember, you can make payment to all other networks anywhere cash transfer is accepted as a means of payment. Dial *110# or download the Telecel Plea app today. Na send the keke. Kojo Yankson will be coming to us live from Circle this morning. I'll be in the studio. And it's all about remembering June 10th and making sure it never happens again. Now, Prudential Bank is welcoming you to seamless banking with the Prudential Bank mobile app. You can perform instant transactions, link mobile money wallets, scan GHQR to pay, manage your cards, transfer money between banks, and do so much more with the Prudential Bank mobile app. No more banking hours. Experience simple, secure, and convenient banking wherever you are 24/7. Download the PBL mobile app now from Apple App Store or the Google Play Store or the Huawei App Gallery and enjoy the best services with Prudential Bank, their mobile app. Visit the Prudential Bank website or social media platforms for more. Prudential Bank, truly dependable.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, oh yeah. EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Oh yeah. Download it, you gon' enjoy it. In my Ramen check. In my Ramen check. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Kim promise.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Are you tired of rising fuel costs and frequent service and maintenance draining your budget? Are you a transport business thinking of the best eco-friendly and cost-saving option for a car? Then switch to the Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle. The Cerio Nano 3 EV is proudly marketed and distributed in Ghana by Anointed Engineering Services Limited. The sleek Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle, with its advanced technology and high performance, emits zero emissions because it does not run on fossil fuels. No need to worry about a charging station because you can charge your Cerio at home directly by plugging into the socket. The Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle offers unmatched comfort, interior design, fast charging, long-lasting battery, and a portable digital ultra-silent genset for backup charging no matter your power situation anywhere. Visit our brand new and ultra-modern showrooms in Accra and Kumasi. In Kumasi, Asukwa, in front of the TAT yard on the Ak Mayanka Road. Call our hotlines on 0544 340589 and 0243 480 334. Anointed also stocks genuine spare parts and delivers after-sales services 24/7 for our Cerio Nano 3 EVs. The Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle. Experience a legacy of luxury modernized. Cerio EV. Go electric.
Hello, I am Teacher Jane. Are you Eric's mom?
Yes.
Well, today in class, he kept challenging me about a certain point for more than 5 minutes.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry, mommy. I love his confidence. Our world needs more people who can speak up. So well done.
Oh, thank you. Confident, curious kids will change our world. Nido is specially formulated with iron, vitamin C, and A. Nido, your love, their future. This advert is FDA approved.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM. Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
You are still live on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. 10 years after June 3. Any lessons? Any improvements? Good morning, Kojo. Good morning, Joy FM and listeners. Please, as a country, should we always wait until something bad like June 3 happens before we take action? Because few months after that incident, many petrol filling stations went through renovations. This is Sterling Alomenyo Mote in Laboni. This message says, Kojo, good morning. I came to Accra that day for a training at the Barclays Center. Usually I sleep in Dansman every time I come to Accra and have to spend the night. But on the 3rd of June, and for the first time, I decided to sleep in a hotel. I got a place around Paloma. I woke up the next day with helicopters flying over the area. I saw the news and I got terrified by the roads. While I waited for a taxi back to the training center, I witnessed charred bodies in Kia trucks being sent to various hospitals, and I wept. The reason I did not continue to Dansman that evening of the disaster, to me, was a miracle. God saved me, and I remain grateful forever. This is Evans from Cape Coast. Maxwell Mafo in Lakeside says, I was at the office at Cantonment when the rain started around 3 p.m. I thought the rain would stop by the time I'll be ready to get home, but around 8 p.m. it was still raining. So I set off with my blue Micra that we call baby blue. Opebia, Shiashi, and Rich Junction were all flooded. And I was going to go through Adringano to School Junction, but that place was heavily flooded as well. And you know where the big petrol station near the gutter is? Yes, I know that place. So I had to use the Rich Junction. I got to Nana Chrome Estate Gate, and it was worse. I had to wait till 2 a.m. before I could cross that bridge with my small car. That is my experience, and that is Maxwell Marfo sending that in to us from Lakeside. And you know, Maxwell's message is exactly where my worry is, because this is 10 years ago, but just 3 or so weeks ago, it rained heavily here in the city, and Lakeside got cut off again. In fact, not just Lakeside, a lot of places within Accra got cut off. It rained heavily in Kumasi. The airport roundabout was flooded. It rained heavily in some other areas, and all these places got flooded. 10 years on, are we saying we cannot build better drainage? Are we saying we cannot desilt our drains? Are we saying we cannot really clear the structures in waterways? We've seen what is happening at Sakumono and other places, the demolition. But are we saying that once we finish the demolition exercise, we cannot patrol these places and prevent people from encroaching on these spaces? 10 years on, what has our waste management record been? Because we know it also contributes to flooding. 10 years on, did the people die in vain? Have we really done what it takes to make sure they didn't die in vain? Are we serious at all? 055-11-11997. Let me tell you about the CBG loan. If you're an individual trader looking to expand your business, look no further. Talk to CBG Ghana and get the solo loan. Is the perfect financial boost for you. Access a loan of up to 200,000 Ghana cedis with no collateral and repay conveniently within 12 months. The Consolidated Bank Ghana Solo Loan is designed to support your daily operations and ensure the uninterrupted cash flow of your business. Sign up for the Consolidated Bank Ghana Solo Loan today and take your business to the next level. Experience a quick and easy process when you apply. And remember, there is no collateral required. For further inquiries, visit any Consolidated Bank branch nationwide or call their contact center on 0302-216-000 or visit their social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, X, or email them. Talk to us at cbg.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. If you want to ship things around the country, if you want to ship things globally, talk to DHL Express. It's your go-to solution for all your international shipping needs. Get 5% off when you send personal or official documents, gift items, paintings, cosmetics, clothing, dried fish, processed foods, or when you import from Asia, Australia, Europe, the Middle East, and the rest of Africa. DHL Express service makes it a breeze. All you have to do is to contact any of their main service points or their individual outlets across the country. Your shipment will be processed whether inbound or outbound, and you can get real-time tracking so you know where your package is. That's simple. So talk to them today. 0244-485-176, 0571-137-599, or visit dhl.com for more information. DHL, excellence simply delivered.
I believe that our ignition for doing the right thing is always from a pain of a disaster. People die, properties are lost. Like we are ignited to do the right thing because disaster. When the disaster subsides, everybody goes back to doing what they used to do, which is not fixing the problem. I think that our ignition for doing the right thing should come from a sense of duty, an understanding of the responsibility that has been placed on you, whether you're a citizen, whether you're a duty bearer. If it's your job to ensure that drains are not clogged, do it. Don't wait for a disaster to be ignited to do something that you're supposed to be doing already. If you are a citizen, do the right thing. Don't drop refuse anywhere. Don't clog gutters. Be a good citizen. I think a lot of the time, that's our problem. When something happens, the ignition is from the euphoria of the disaster and the pain of it. And so after people move on and we forget the disaster, nothing happens. But if it's from a sense of duty, we'll be able to sustain it. I was expecting that maybe there will be a policy or implementation of a policy that everybody can trace to what happened on June 3rd, and we can say that because of June 3rd, this and this and this is what as a nation we have agreed that we would do to ensure that lives are not lost again. Because sitting here remembering 10 years on, it could have been me. If I had decided to leave earlier, I could have been stuck in the water because the chances are to cycle to pick a car to Dansoman. And only God knows what would have happened. So in all of this, I think what I feel we should take away with is that our ignition for doing the right thing should come from a deep sense of responsibility and duty, and not from anything else.
If you hate me and I don't even know.
Come from a sense of duty and responsibility. That is Kojo Akoto Boateng. And we should learn from these experiences and do better for ourselves. Same woman after surviving June 3 10 years ago. If you're looking for a little more in life without spending more, I know every CD counts for you. So let me share something that's really made a difference for me. That's the Absa Abapa account. It's designed for people like us, you and I. Those who work hard and deserve more for less. Now, this is what you get from the Absa Abapa account. A free GH Link card, access to loans up to 50,000 Ghana cedis when you need help. You get high interest on your savings, free SMS alerts to track every peso you spend, seamless mobile and online banking, no need to join long queues, and many more. Now, the best part is it's very simple to open. So if you're looking for more value, more peace of mind, and more control over your money, then Absa Abapa is just the account for you. Open your account today and get more. T's and C's apply. Your story matters. Absa.
Shame on you. Nothing positive to say, but you still run your mouth. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on me. Shame on everybody that knows the right thing but does the wrong.
Now, this August, Adansi Travels is turning up the excitement as part of its 12 years of delivering unforgettable travel experiences. Get ready to see more, feel more, and explore some of the world's most exciting destinations, from fun-filled family adventures in Dubai to romantic getaways in Asia, thrilling escapes with friends in South Africa, and that long-awaited dream trip to Europe. It's not just travel, it's an experience you'll never forget. So call Adansi Travels on 0595 500 817 or 0531 008 550, or visit adansitravels.com to book your spots. Let's make memories together this August. Adansi at 12. See more, feel more.
Know that ain't cool. Makers and bowlers, God blessings.
I believe that our ignition for doing the right thing is always from a pain of a disaster. People die, properties are lost. Like we are ignited to do the right thing because disaster. When the disaster subsides, everybody goes back to doing what they used to do, which is not fixing the problem. I think that our ignition for doing the right thing should come from a sense of duty.
Our ignition for doing the right thing should come from a sense of duty. Think about that. We'll be right back.
Hello,
Hello, Ghana. It's a new year and Bills Microcredit is here to support your dreams. If you're not working but want to start a business, don't let money stop you. With just your Ghana card, you can get a loan to turn your ideas into reality. Already running a business? Need more capital? Or are you a salary worker looking for extra funds? Bills offers fast and easy loans with no collateral, no deposit, and no SUSI savings required. Wherever you are, whatever you need, Bills makes it happen. Call Bills Microcredit today. Call 0596 920 833 or 0302 200 390 and get started. Bills is licensed and regulated by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
Say donut, 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 donut. Hey, donut, 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 donut. Donut, donut. Then come cut up donut. Donut, donut. Malaria super donut. Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till no not now. Oh, malaria chill. Oh, popo. What will it be? I want the donut. A tobacco. Num donut. A damien no. Num donut. A damiensa. Num donut. No. Donut scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumojam ansana wanum lona. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo hwa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Let me introduce you to the Honeymoon Hotel.
Aula, please. You can't just change your mind anytime it suits you.
Wow, I can't believe you're doing this on a honeymoon night.
I am going to sleep in the lobby.
I'm coming with you.
Don't follow me.
I'm coming with you.
Woman, it's Monakai.
Don't me. I will don't. You two don't. I'll come.
Adapted and directed by Shirley Frimpong Manso. Honeymoon Hotel, starring Jocelyn Dumas, James Gardner, Amake Ababrese, Amanda Gisi, Andrew Tando Adote, David Donto, and more. Live on stage on June 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day at the National Theatre. Tickets are available now at 200 Ghana cedis regular, 350 Ghana cedis VIP. Dial *713 *33 *10#. For more information, call 0545 246 478. Sponsored by African Radiant Hotel, Caveman Watches, Oyarifa Mall, McPhillips Food, and AE Cinemax.
The Honeymoon Hotel, where love lasts. Powered by Africa Arts Network.
City's not picky promotion. As you requested, we have dropped our prices for you. So rush to any Electroland showroom or authorized dealer store across Ghana and grab your desired Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO appliances at unbeatable prices. For your favorite TVs, refrigerators, air conditioners, washing machines, gas cookers, home theaters, microwaves, and many more, we have them on price drop. Thanks to the city's appreciation against the dollar. Enjoy convenient prices that fit your budget. Don't miss out. City's not picky. Electroland Day for you.
For over 20 years, Ashesi University graduates have been pioneering change across the continent and beyond. With our new graduate programs in Master of Business Administration, Intelligent Computing Systems, and Mechatronic Engineering, you can advance your career or your enterprise. And Ashesi education gives you more than just a degree. It equips you with skills for a lifetime. Visit www.ashesi.edu.gh to explore our programs designed for Africa's future leaders. Remember, applications are ongoing.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kojo Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kojo Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kojo Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kojo Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal Toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kel, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is the Super Morning Show. It's 34 past 8. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. I'm in the studio here in Kokomlemle. My colleague Kojo Yankson is coming to us from the Kwame Nkrumah Circle this morning. And I believe wherever you are safe. We have an update that there's some traffic on the Oyarifa Road. We don't know the reason yet. So if you're moving from Oyarifa and beyond to town, use alternative roads. And try to avoid the traffic so you get to town early. Before we join Kojo at Circle, I want to bring you this short report we put together on the June 3 disaster to remind us of what happened on that day and why, as a people, we have failed to do the right thing. And why, as a people, we should be ashamed of how we've managed our urban environment and development, and why we need to get back to the drawing board to do better. Stay with us.
A lot of people have lost their lives. I'm at a loss of words to express how I feel, to take some measures to be able to avoid this happening in the future.
I was standing by the window there. The fire came from the left side, and another one made it, and then it drew the iron gates down there. The whole building was shaking. I thought it was collapsed.
Okay, we're here. All of a sudden we heard boom, which means the block has broken. So we all went up. There's a certain girl in the room. Hey, just show. The wall came out, and we saw that there's a fire behind.
Saturday, Manuaban was a bram, Mamishi. It's a Tama Midzifia Cran, or Nana Masama.
On any now from so moko, a cramo. Charan 9 something of so much oko cycle. So I can't so since then, you say a tries with 5 o'clock. The action is saying, Okolibuya Bahan Suniha. I think you're cotted 7 or 18 years. Yama Kosuahano. Mini hopes a me ban. There was so be a secret. Identify the
then when we reached there, they told us they have to hold it tight before you can come out from the water.
It is what we call Class B fire. Class B fire is a fire which also has a liquefied fuel. No, it is a liquid fuel fire. And such fires, you need to apply a foam compound to blanket them.
Yeah, Charlie.
4 years on, we've not been able to find the body, and we've been up and down. So dates, we haven't received the reports. So the question still remains, where is the DNA report?
On that fateful day, he sent pictures to Odona, and then he stayed there until evening when it started raining. So when it was raining, about 9 p.m., one of the son, the elders, called and he says at the circle. So when the rain stops, he will come back. But when the rain stopped, to the following morning, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., he didn't come.
By around 3:34, and you dead bodies no.
I have one. I am a
tell you no. That very day no, and I'm free her. I call me crew. No more me man there no more story building no. Class no. According to them, no almost say oil be enam ye got time na
wɔn nim sɛ driver bi na bi a ɔhoro ne tank ma na biribi saa na wɔde egu nti wɔn a wɔn hwɛ nti wɔn wɔ hɔ a na wɔn a ɔwɔ ase ha no saa na wɔn akɔ gyina steps na asora.
Femi Alex Mensa edwuma mi yɛ driving work day na hanom bɛhyia me bɛte na me ba bɛtɔ adeɛ oil ɛwɔ hanom sei ti me bɛtɔ oil na nsuo no bɛka me de me hyɛ filling station hanom sei ti na nka me twɛn sɛ nsuo no ti a na nka me kɔ data na me car no sisi other side wɔ no nti me twɛn ase nsuo no bɛte no ɛna yɛ hyɛ hanom na yɛte sɛ egya ebu egya tɔ hanom ti me dwan na egya no ɛsɔ me tim ɛni m'anim na ɛhyia nti nyankopɔ adom na me ti me pie no fi on the me hu hwe biem me no so tim na me da 37 hospital ti me da hospital for almost 9 months and me da 37 hospital.
Selling market at good overhead. We thought that maybe a small rent before we can know that the rent was too much. To know that I was living at Accra. So whenever I want to go to Accra, I must pass through the police station who get born. So I was opposite of police station before the incident happened. I'm about to run before the fire catch me for the face. So I had to fell down to water, then I had to swim in the water and wake up. I took myself to Kolebu Hospital that night. It was horrible.
And I sat down and I who me cry no move and you some papa because na say na me tie say de me tie no na masesa.
So to na me no my wife nenam ene me ba ne me bra. E nipa 4. That day na so to na me no my wife nenam ene me ba ne me bra. E nipa 4. Nti yadru ase na eflade ye no me ka ne ka ase. Nti ye na e be gina ase. Nti ya gina ho na me wife say me ndani me chi na me hwe na ejao me ndani me nkwa na eja beto me tisu me ho hwi biem. Nti me expect tim na 37 na 37 so me ko da on sa time no na me nim say my wife ne me brother me busa for o mewu. Ndi me dawa e be discharge me sana psychologist for ya mo ba me nche na me nim de okoso de na but yanka you see my wife no omo admission reach na me small 37 nti na me so me gidi sa da e be discharge me na chem so my wife me busa for me free nti na easy na me de bibia e de ma nyame set de nyame na e ma nyame na e nti but fiti satam na be sin dese no challenge kwa mi da so sa egusu kwa ayare sa ne ba skasement ena na sia ayare sa ena Mr. Mentimi ko review bi saji ba 20 ena mi ye.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
June 3 from 2015 to 2025, 10 years on. What have we learned? What have we done better? Are we proud of ourselves? What should we do going forward? Share your thoughts with us here. We'll be ready. And we'll be happy to read them here on the show. We have some of your messages. I'll be going on the lines to talk to the president of the Ghana Institute of Architects. Also be talking to a very good friend of mine, David Ampofo, who is a former journalist of the year, who used to host Time with David. He's the founder of Channel 2 Communications. I believe now he plays heavily in the oil and gas space. And also share his thoughts with us. Because years ago, I used to work with him on a project called Fixing the Urban Mess, which was sponsored by the World Bank. And David's passion was basically to rid our cities of filth, to fix our housing problems, to fix our flooding issues, transportation. He's so passionate about this topic. And when the flooding happened, we did a lot of work together, engaged a lot of policymakers. I want to know from him, 10 years on, with all the activism, are we making the right changes, or we've rather retrogressed? And if so, what should we do? Faisal says that on that day I was at Circle Tiptoe Lane in the morning before the rain started. If I had delayed any further, I would have been a casualty. Daniel says we haven't taken any lesson from that. We haven't learned anything. We look so comfortable doing the usual thing until something happens. We need to do better. And Denny says the situation is still the same for me. We need to put adequate measures in place to curb such occurrences in the future. Tony Asare is an architect and the president of the Ghana Institute of Architects. Good morning, Tony. Welcome to the Super Morning Show.
Morning, Kojo, and good morning to all the listeners.
I hope you are well.
I'm fine, thank you.
You are a keen follower of urban issues, spatial planning, and related matters. June 3, 2015 to June 3, 2025. What has changed? Your thoughts so far? We've seen a lot of these things still happening.
Kojo, I think we haven't had much change in the construction industry. Our etiquettes when it comes to urban management, behavioral change that most of us have been talking about. But if there is anything, it's just gotten worse.
Tony, can you hear me? I seem to have lost
I can hear you.
Yes,
yes.
Please go ahead. I lost
Sorry.
you.
So I was saying that nothing much has changed. Our behavior towards managing our environment, the kind of construction that we do, and even when it comes to our urban management, smart management, development, and everything, I don't think much has changed. That if there is anything, it's just gotten worse.
Tony, we lost 150 people on that day. In fact, more than 150 people. We lost property. Our lives were changed. Our daily activities were thrown off course. 10 years on, nothing has changed. Who should we hold responsible for the dystopia we find ourselves in?
When it comes to issues of flooding, I think we have a shared responsibility. The government alone cannot be held responsible for, managing floods, making sure that we have, enough resources to give to NADMO to make sure that we save people who are in flood distressed positions and all of that. I don't think that it is just a responsibility of state. We all know that we are not supposed to build in flood-prone areas. Yes, we can blame the Ministry of Local Government. We can blame the planning officers. We can blame development control. But we need to also blame ourselves when we see that it is very obvious that where we are building is completely inappropriate. So I think we should look at the shared responsibility.
But Tony, we've always been talking about shared responsibility, but we vote for people. We put our taxes behind institutions. We have laws, and we've elected some people to ensure that these laws are used to bring sanctity into the environment. So yes, it's a collective responsibility, but don't you think that there are a group of people, institutions who have really gone to sleep and have resulted in these things continuously happening?
I agree with you to an extent, but I think that we need to also look at the other side of the story. Recently, we had conversations about the spillage of the dam at Wager.
Yeah.
And I raised the issue that 20, 25 years ago, everybody talked about the fact that we were not supposed to build along, those floodplains. I have a personal encounter with somebody who brought me some drawings to do for them, in that area, and I prompted the person that those are flood-prone areas, and they really went ahead to do their construction without the architect's advice. Subsequently, when I heard that those places were flooded and they were now blaming government that we should find a way of providing for temporary places for them to be able to hold up, I was surprised. It's not just the fact that the place floods, but if you have areas where when it floods, you have septic tanks flooding, wells flooding, and you have a mix of all sorts of kinds of water, then that it's not just the flooding, but post-flooding, you have issues to do with infections, cholera, and all of that. So that is one side of the story. The other side of the story, which you are telling, which I still agree with you, has to do with government responsibility. And we need to look into that. Every year we spend excess of $200 million doing drainage in Accra. But the floods keep getting worse. I mean, along the Graphic Road and the banks of the Odo, we will build around the time when it is dry season. But then when it starts raining and the whole place gets flooded, we can't blame anybody else. We shouldn't have been there. And it is very difficult to insist that you want to demolish along the banks. I feel very sorry for the minister who is demolishing structures along the in the Ramsar site. We are not supposed to be there. But the laws we have in this country, we can live in forest reserves, but we cannot live in wildlife reserves. So we should be demolishing everything in those areas. But the kind of pressure and the way this country is so polarized when it comes to some of these issues. So when we talk about collective responsibility, it's everywhere. I mean, the public servants cannot act alone. But if they are acting and they get the support of the public, then we can serve the public better.
Okay, Tony. I want you to think about two things you think immediately we should do. Two things. One we should do immediately, and one in the long term to ensure that we build an utopian environment to make us live better within the city. But let me talk to David Ampofu. David is the founder of Channel 2 Communications. He is currently the CEO of the Upstream Petroleum Chamber. David is a man of many parts and the main work I've done with David has been on fixing the urban mess, and he's very passionate about the environment. David, 10 years ago we were talking about it, about this same issue. 10 years on, the problem hasn't changed much.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. No, you're right, isn't it? I've been listening to you. I mean, has anything changed? I mean, I don't even know whether the answer is yes or no, really. Do you? Could that be a starting point that we just, if you like, begin to look in more detail at what has evolved over the years? Flooding has been with us for a while. We know that. I mean, June said it stands out because of the explosion, but the phenomenon of flooding, essentially drowning people and the vast. And you're right, we've done quite a bit of work, and yet I don't know, it's a good question. I mean, as I was listening to you, I was thinking, that maybe find out that is it any different, so that perhaps we can learn some lessons, or we can say, okay, look, we've been doing this all this time, so that's a good starting point. I would say that. And maybe when you have an occasion like June said, it gives us a chance for that kind of reflection.
You know, around June 3rd, we carried a report from the Lakeside area. 2 people lost their lives on the Lakeside Bridge. 2 weeks ago, when it rained, about 4 people lost their lives in the same location. So June 3rd, around that location was about 2. Now it's double.
Wow. I mean, and we know in a basic sense, let's talk about too many things, that we must not block waterways. And how this is for at one. I mean, look, this is multiple stuff. It's not just because of one thing. And yet, there are things that we can all do. But the fact still remains, I like that you pointed it out, that it is the job of government, local government. We must understand that, strengthen them, give them the resources, supervise, and ensure that work gets done. I never accept it when I hear people say we must all take the blame. We don't all have to take the blame. And so, I know you or somebody said earlier perfectly that we hire people to do this work and look after them as best as we can. So we have some work to do, really. I mean, look, we know it. So each year, at least, maybe we just have a practice where, like how we have our festivals and so on, where the rain is about to come. So what is the pre-rain festival? Do you understand me? So maybe it's a time of cleaning. It's a time of awareness of less plastic. It's a time of asking your assemblyman what he's doing. Just do this, in the lead to the rain. That's a kind of preparation.
Now, my question to you: you've done this for years. You were journalist of the year before I was born. So you've seen the changing faces of our urban space. Over the past 10 years, we've worked together. Where do you think we should go from here?
Look, it's hard for me to say. All I'll say is that government must work, must be made to work. We must and we must contribute to it, as in pointing it out when we think things are not working. But we really, really, really have to understand that people have possibilities, the buck stops in certain places, and those places must be held accountable. It must work. I mean, this is also a sanitation issue, by the way. It's water and sanitation. And then you have the cholera bit that pops up also every now and then. So, I mean, I don't think that the town is not planned. I'm sure there are excellent plans, in the places where they were done. I don't know, the city is just growing faster than we've been able to keep up with it. Look at the expansion, the rows of containers along the edges, left, right, center. And then the whole thing about when you want to relocate people, a certain sensitivity towards that. Oh, you are not being reasonable. Why are you making people suffer? Oh, no. We can't do that. You see what I mean? So,
yeah.
And you're in media, you have to try and make sure that the conversation on it is good. The whole media these days is all conversation is allowed. So some people just come, they don't teach us anything. And they may have even more time than those from whom we can learn something. So that's why you have media, traditional media. You have to help point people down certain ways. Like what you've done today on this program. You're asking me what I can do. Believe me, it's in your hands. Media.
Well, David, on that, maybe we should have a conversation and bring Fixing the Urban Mess back.
I think you
continue the education.
Fixing the Urban Mess has never stopped in a way, isn't it? But you're right, we should.
Yeah. Now, Tony, let me come to you. Where do we go from here?
This conversation has been going on for ages. I published an article in 2008. Every year I read it, it's as if we published it yesterday. So most of the solutions that we have are long-termist. But let me look at some of the short-term solutions. One of the first things that we need to do is to be able to improve our flood warning solution. You see, if you look at the very serious flooding that we have had along the coastal areas, they happen around 6:37 up to about 9 p.m. those period is when you get high flood, high, from what you call high tide, where you have the sea coming a bit inland. So the moment there is rain and storm water cannot exit into the sea, you realize that it starts backing up, and so it's very difficult to manage. And then also, because it's at night, it's very difficult to be able to find ways of doing emergency response. So that takes me to the second short-term plan. We need a very comprehensive emergency response plan. You see, we have politicized NADMO. So we get people, appointed by political officers, to such positions who may not necessarily be very technical. I think it is time for us to put round pegs in round holes, and then equip them properly when it comes to some of these things. We should have dinghies. We should be able to map up the area and know buildings that, within low-lying areas, which can easily flood, and then give preference to buildings that are in such areas. So we need to be able to look at that. In the medium and long-term plans, one of the things that I'm very happy about is this government attempts to restore wetlands. They shouldn't just demolish the buildings. They should cut away all foreign materials and make sure that the wetlands restore itself, so that we can have birds, and fish and all of that, and get the fauna in place.
So the demolition must come with evacuation of the demolished material.
Yes, evacuation of the evacuated. We should evacuate the material. That's very important. So that is one. The other thing has to do with something which has become a cliche, which we need to be very careful and make sure that we actually actualize it. Sustainable planning solution. Anytime we talk about it, it's as if it's become a cliche. But we have come to the point where we should look at sustainable planning, write it in our laws, make sure that we train our staff at the Ministry of Local Government for them to understand it, so that they can involve that in development control. So that is very key. The other things which, it's difficult for every government to be able to achieve 100% is infrastructure improvement. It's about drainage, it's about covered gutters, it's about making sure that we build our roads and our bridges and all of that, devoid of silting. So all of that is part of the long-term solution. Now, we also have to start looking at climate resilient design. A lot of our designs we carry out, we end up having a very large mass concrete driveways that is paved. In fact, sometimes you have, these tiled driveways which makes the ground impermeable. It is time to make sure that we give incentive to people who design houses and have more greens, so that we can improve percolation and reduce runoff. We have to look at flood-resistant construction in areas that are prone to flooding, so that if we could have some of their buildings on stilts and things like that, we have to be scientific about it.
So there are areas, no matter what we do, people have to settle there. So we need to change the way we build and re-engineer our houses to be able to exist within those environments.
Yeah, that is doable. I think we should be able to start thinking along those lines.
Thank you so much, Tony, for joining us this morning and sharing your thoughts with us. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Tony Asare is the president of the Ghana Institute of Architects. He's an architect with years of experience. And David spent some time with us, not on his show, Time with David, but on the Super Morning Show. David Ampofo shared some time with us. Earlier this morning, you heard from two survivors, Kafui Aja, who was trapped with her daughter in her home around Chado. And Akosi Ojiri, who was trapped with her colleagues around Graphic Road on the 3rd of June. Kafui was saved by a friend who had to carry her on her back and her daughter on his neck and swim through the flood waters. Akosi and her friends were rescued by the Ghana Army from their office building, which was submerged. A lot of you went through all these experiences. Share them with us. Let's see how together we will push ourselves and push the people we've given the power and the authority to fix the system. So June 3 stays as history and never ever happens anywhere in this country. Whether Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, Takoradi, it should never happen anywhere. But did you know that the months of May and June have had some of the biggest disasters in the history of the country? I'm going for a break. Later this morning, we'll join Kojo Yankson at Circle. And then I'll give you the chronology of events that have happened in May and June. The big disasters and how over the years we've still not been able to find lasting solutions to them. But your thoughts are still welcome. 055 1111 997. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Building or renovating? Look no further. At Interface Limited, we have everything you need to create stunning spaces.
Transform your interiors with our top quality plasterboards, acoustic ceilings, and cement boards.
Step into style with our exquisite laminate and engineered floors. And for your data centers, durable raised access floors.
Elevate your outdoor spaces with our WPC decking and fencing.
Protect your home with our beautiful and reliable roof shingles, insulation, canopies, and PVC fascia boards.
Add a touch of elegance with our beautiful POP cornices and roses.
Quality, affordability, and style all in one place. Building a better Ghana, one space at a time. Visit www.interfacelimited.net or call 0274 999 999. Welcome to Spintex Plaza, where living and working blend seamlessly.
Spintex Plaza, the place to be. Furnished apartments feel so free.
Imagine coming home to a luxurious furnished apartment with everything you need.
Rooftop pool, swim under the sky. Rooftop bar where the good times fly. Rooftop gym, get fit and strong. Spintex Plaza, you can't go wrong.
Spintex Plaza, your home, your work, your lifestyle. Come see us today or call us on 0241 327 363. www.spintexplaza.net.
Do you know that NIT is back in Ghana? Yes, you heard it right. NIT is back in Ghana, and Jackson Institute of Technology is the official partner. It's bigger, it's better, and it's here to revolutionize IT education in Ghana. Get ready for world-class training and unmatched opportunities powered by Jackson Institute of Technology. Jackson Institute of Technology is shaping futures with hands-on IT training for youth, students, and professionals. Courses include cybersecurity, Python programming, data analytics, networking and hardware essentials, and Microsoft Office Suite. We offer flexible schedules, affordable payment plans, and expert trainers with globally recognized certifications. Scholarships are available for women and girls. Sign up early to grab yours. You can locate us in Accra at Abna Atia Towers, Ring Road Central, or you can call us to enroll on 059 699 6037 or 059 699 6042. Take the first step towards your dream career with Jackson Institute of Technology, where your tech future begins.
TCL's champion deals are here, and they are big and bold. Buy 50-inch, 55-inch, or 65-inch TCL QLED Pro 4K Smart Android TV starting from 7,999 Ghana cedis, and get free 32-inch TCL TV. Buy TCL 75-inch, 85-inch, or 98-inch TV and get free 43-inch TCL TV. The bigger the purchase, the better the deal. Buy TCL 115-inch QD Mini LED 4K TV and get a free 85-inch TCL TV. Discount so huge you feel like a winner. Looking for TCL refrigerators, washing machines, water dispensers, audio soundbar, and more at cool deals? Rush to TCL showrooms and authorized TCL dealers in Ghana before stock runs out. Terms and conditions apply. TCL, inspire greatness.
The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025. Dream it. Own it. Live it. Coming soon.
Sasso, sasso, c'est pour me tonton frère. Sasso, sasso, c'est pour me tonton frère. Edrana drama in your possession. Yeah, how can see out in malaria? Minya me born and miss a so spray. Every mosquito started run away. Oh, come on, tonton frère. Sasso, sasso, c'est pour me tonton frère. Oh, come on, tonton frère. Sasso, come tonton frère. Nani sham ne die, demo strong.
This advert is FDA approved.
You are still live on the Super Morning Show, and today is the 3rd of June, 2025, 10 years after the June 3 disaster in Accra. And my colleague Kojo Yankson is on the line from Circle. And I'm crossing over to him right now from Circle for the updates from Circle. Stay with us. Kojo, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. I've got to tell you that I've just had a harrowing conversation with a young man who survived the carnage of June 3, 2015. In fact, he tells a story of confusion. And in fact, I've held on to him for just an extra moment so that he can tell our audience on radio just a summary of what he has told me already. Kwesi, walk us through the events of that.
On the 3rd of June, I came to work.
You came to work?
Yeah, I came to work and I started my daily routine, and it started drizzling around 3-4 about because we are used to flood in this area. Whenever it's raining, we don't panic. We don't panic. The only thing we do is we just gather our things around and make sure we don't. So getting to 5 days there, it was raining heavier, and we started doing our things. Around 6 there, we realized that the water was mixed with fuel, diesel and petrol, and we were thinking it was the car that was in the tunnel that was leaking, but we realized that it was all over the place in the whole area. And then an hour later, we heard a loud sound from the market. So that was where the fire started. Most of us were thinking it started from the fuel station, but it started at the market, and it traced the fuel on the water to the filling station rather. And that day, I understand a tanker has just come to discharge a tank of fuel into the underground tank. So it's also working the issue when the fire got there and it killed a number of people. Yeah.
Do you know any of those who died?
Yes, I know about 4 or 5 of them, but the one that I know is one young man who was working in front of a building. It's a forest bureau. He passed away, and it's sad because I really know him.
So it was after the explosion that the dead bodies started floating in the water.
That's right.
Tell me what you saw.
The dead, about 5 or 10, were in front of the building when the water was flowing. Here, for instance, you see, because of the war, the water inside here was stagnant.
By the way, for those listening on radio, we are standing inside the compound of a hotel, a guest house, just about 100 meters from the GCB towers here at Circle.
So inside here, when it floods, the water is stagnant. It doesn't move. So there's about when you get panic and you decide to go outside, that is where the water will carry you, because the water outside is going with force, and you may not have anything to hold on to, and it will carry. And before it takes you to the end, wherever it's taking you to, maybe it has banged your body against the gutter, the sides of the gutter, and all that. So you might die before getting to the end. So that boy I was talking about, for instance, they went to pick him down there. The water carried him down there, but he didn't die suddenly. He died after the next day after he was taken to the hospital. Yeah, he died. And the people who died at the filling station, they are the bodies that the water carried along.
So outside your hotel, you saw 5 to 10 bodies.
Yes. And the authorities came around to pick them up. So they were able to identify them with their ID cards. ID cards in their packets.
So what did you see? Men, women, children?
Men, women, children. I was surprised because men, men, when we say man, you see, so if a man has drowned in such water, then how much more children? So it was very, 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 very terrifying.
Did this have an effect on you personally?
Yes, it had an effect on me. A group of people came to strike us about maybe we're going through trauma and those kind of things. So they called us to come so that we won't be affected. But I ignored. I was thinking I can get over it. But the next day, somebody shouted. I remember somebody came here. He's a fire serviceman. So what we used to call him is Fata. So one colleague of mine said, "Kwesi, fire bow." The way I jumped, I jumped from the first floor to the second floor, thinking the fire is coming back again, not knowing it was a customer. A fire service officer who was coming for an accommodation. So I got there and he said it was a customer. You made me panic. So that was when I remembered that I should have gone for the therapy.
So how do you feel when it starts raining?
I don't feel comfortable at all. Normally when you are staying elsewhere and it's raining, like especially in the night, that is where you have to enjoy the rain, the night, because but here when it's raining, you don't feel comfortable, especially in the night. We'll be peeping through our windows to check whether it is flooding, whether the water is rising, where the level has gotten to, and all that. So the rain finally stops. So you don't feel okay until it stops raining.
Does it still flood here when it rains?
Yes, it floods. Sometimes, from our own experience, when we get to hear that it is raining everywhere, like eastern raining in every part of the country, then we will expect flood. Because most of the rivers and then the gutters and all that passes through the Odo River. So definitely go past years. So when we hear that it is raining all over the country, then we will expect flood. But when it's raining maybe only in Accra or in half of Accra, then I think.
So really, 10 years later, it feels like nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
You don't feel any safer here than you did that night.
No. When you are living in when you are living in a place like this, I would advise investors to make property, because when you make the property, the flood will destroy them. Yeah, if you have something like super check television and all those kind of things, it will be weak, because at the end of the month, the flood will destroy all of them. So when you are living in such area, you can't buy things for yourself, your personal belongings, those kind of things.
But it's been 10 years. Were you not hoping, expecting that some changes would have been made to make you safer?
Yes, I was hoping. I was expecting something. I mean, there will be some kind of changes, but it's recently that I have seen they are digging a big gutter behind the commercial bank. But I'm hoping that will solve the issue. But to me, I think this very gutter, if they had dug it straight into the Odo, it would have been better. It would have solved, I think, 30% of the problem. Because when you watch this very gutter, it doesn't go straight into the Odo. It just ends at when getting to the market. That is where it ends. And when we check the landscape, here slopes like this, and then getting to the market, it goes high. So when the flood starts, when the water comes like that and it gets that side, then it will push back. You see, that side, when you go outside to see, whenever it's raining and the flood starts, it doesn't go. That side is a hilly, creates a valley.
So the water stays.
Yeah, then it will be flooding and come.
You told us that you lost a friend. The gentleman. What was his name?
We call him Afro.
Tell me, if Afro could hear you today, 10 years after the past, what would you say to him?
I'll tell him I've missed him, and if there should be a second chance, we will correct our mistake.
Thank you. Kojo, I want you to hear the story of a young man who escaped death by the skin of his teeth. He works in a shop that is literally 20 meters away from the filling station that exploded, the oil filling station that exploded. His shop sells meat pies, and he's been there for over 20 years. On that night, he just about managed to escape, but the trauma of what he saw afterwards has stayed with him. Let's meet Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, tell us what happened that night.
Actually, that day, it was raining that day, so we were working. And then all of a sudden, the water started coming up. So 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9, light off. So I have to remove the regulator from the gas. And then all of a sudden, I brought a woman out of the restaurant out. So the surface of the water, petrol and diesel mixed together. And then I have to climb up to the length.
Tell me, how did you know there was petrol and diesel?
Oh, you could smell it. You could smell it. So I have to climb a pillar to the length of the building. So I have to remove my trousers for fresh air to far around my thighs. So
why did you need pressure to pass away?
Because the petrol was very highly flamed.
So it was burning you?
It was burning me. So not even fire was added to it, but the flame was high.
Oh, yeah. What you do me, you don't try. You told me, baby, we outside. I fed yet in a bay, I'm sorry, na can't be tell me why.
From June 3. And that was my colleague Kojo Yankson from the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. We'll bring you a lot more of these stories here on the show in the course of the week and in our bulletins as well. Also on my Joy Online. So go to myjoyonline.com for more information on the June 3 disaster, how we covered it, how we are covering the aftermath, and how we are pushing for the right things to be done.
You tell me how he did.
It's 9:24. You are still live on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Enterprise Insurance is giving you a lot more to be happy about. In all our markets, their pedigree will be recognized, our strength is respected, and their expertise is valued, and their solutions are sought by all who desire an advantage in life. Now, that vision came to life once again at the 9th Ghana CEO Excellence Awards, where Enterprise Group made history. The group CEO, Daniel Labitiku, was honored as Best Group CEO Insurance Sector. And it didn't stop there. Jacqueline Benyu of Enterprise Life, Akusi Ansentry of Enterprise Insurance, and Joseph Ampofo of Enterprise Trustees were each named CEO of the Year in their respective sectors: life, general insurance, and pensions. These recognitions reflect more than leadership. They reflect your trust, loyalty, and the partnerships we've built together. As we look ahead, we remain committed to delivering greater value and innovation solutions to help you thrive. That is the message from Enterprise for you. And they want to say thank you for trusting in them. Enterprise, your advantage. You deserve a brand new car. Yes, you deserve one. We all do deserve brand new cars. In this country, you drive your car for some small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You have to change inside, you know. Also, see someone. We change cars like we change politicians. Now, VW is giving you the opportunity, and they're offering you the Virtuous Highline, the Tiguan Life, and the Amarok pickup at used car prices. These cars are really, really, really lovely cars you'd want to have. Where is the pride in driving an old used car when you could have purchased new, brand new VW at the same price? You could purchase a brand new one for the price of an old car. Yeah, so just walk into a VW retail outlet with your used car budget, and you may drive a brand new car. You may drive out a brand new car. Yes, talk to them today. They are that good, and take advantage now. VW, rise and thrive. Drive VW, drive Ghana. Hurry while stocks last. T's and C's apply. So if you want to drive a brand new car at an old car price, VW is your company to talk to. Call them on 025-795-6688 for more information about the range of models. That's the Virtus, T-Cross, Tiguan, Allspace, Terramont, and the Amarok pickup. That's just for you. Talk to them today. Coming up this morning, I'll be talking to reps from GIMPA. We'll be talking about something big that is happening with GIMPA and at GIMPA and within GIMPA. I have the Dean of Students here with me in the studio. I also have the Dean of School of Public Service and Governance as well here. And we have one of the associate professors at the GIMPA Business School, Professor Stanley Kofi, also joining us. And another senior lecturer from the School of Social Science and Technology joining us this morning to talk about GIMPA on the show. What is it about? Stay with us. There's a lot more coming. And I'll be sharing why we believe that May and June are the most disastrous months in Ghana and why we need to work on them, whether through prayer, whether engineering, social engineering. We really need to work on the month of May and June so that we actually wipe the tears and prevent more tears in future. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Let me introduce you to the Honeymoon Hotel.
Aula, please. You can't just change your mind anytime it suits you.
Wow, I can't believe you're doing this on a honeymoon night.
I am going to sleep in the lobby.
I'm coming with you.
Don't follow me.
I'm coming with you.
Woman, don't.
Me, don't. You two don't, I'll come.
Adapted and directed by Shirley Frimpong Manso. Honeymoon Hotel. Starring Jocelyn Dumas, James Gardner, Amake Ababrese, Amanda Gisi, Andrew Tando Adote, David Donto, and more. Live on stage on June 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day at the National Theatre. Tickets are available now at 200 Ghana cedis regular, 350 Ghana cedis VIP. Dial *713 *33 *10#. For more information, call 0545 246 478. Sponsored by African Regent Hotel, Caveman Watches, Oyarifa Mall, McPhillips Food, and AE Cinemax.
The Honeymoon Hotel, where love lasts. Powered by Africa Arts Network.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Attention Ghana, the Green Revolution is here from 11th to 13th of June 2025. The Accra International Conference Center comes alive with the Ghana Horticulture Expo 2025, the nation's premier showcase of fruits, vegetables, technology, and export opportunity. Organized by the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters in collaboration with the Ghana Export Promotion Authority and proudly supported by Ghana Exim Bank, Fidelity Bank, Gesa, Agro City, Agro Monte, and GIZ, with Joy Business as the official media partner. This is your gateway to innovation, trade, and partnerships. And the highlight, the keynote address will be delivered by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. Book your exhibition stand or register now on www.ghanahortiexpo.com, or you can contact 0243 345 7783 or 053 522 4555. Ghana Horticulture Expo 2025. Growing Ghana, exporting excellence.
With Father's Day just around the corner, it's time to start thinking about ways to celebrate the dads and father figures in our lives. Joy FM, Joy Prime, Joy News, and Hits FM proudly present My Father, My Hero, Fatherhood, a Deeper Connection. This year, we invite you to step away from the daily grind and celebrate your fathers. Now, here's what you have to do. Record a 30-second clip commending your dad. Tell us the heroic things he's done for you and share with us via WhatsApp on 055 1111997. We will play your clips on air and select top 5 entries to win some amazing prizes from our sponsors. Tune in to Drive Time from 3 to 5:30 p.m. every weekday as we embark on this journey. Don't miss out on this fun, entertaining, yet emotionally impactful mini virtual and auditory adventure. Happy Father's Day.
Love to dance with my father again. Super Morning Show.
My brother, I'm the I'm quenching the fire.
leaders of knowledge, some of the advocates of reform and capacity building. This morning I'll be talking to 3 professors from GIMPA. There's one thing I love about GIMPA. The campus is great, but GIMPA over the years has shown that there can always be progress. There's not a single day you go to GIMPA and not see a difference in academic activity, in their infrastructure, in everything about the institution. And so on a day like this where we talk about not seeing progress, it's great to have 3 great professors from GIMPA joining me this morning to have a conversation. I have in the studio the Dean of Students, Professor Augustina Akono. She bears the same name as my grandmother, Ama Akono. And we also have the Dean of School of Public Service and Governance, Professor Patrick Tando, and Professor Stanley Kofi, Associate Professor at GIMPA Business School. Good morning and welcome to the Super Morning Show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope all is well at GIMPA.
Yes, please. All is well.
I drive past your hill every day. I'm like, I have to school at GIMPA one of these days.
You're very welcome, of course.
Did you bring my admission forms though?
It's all online and we can talk about that when you're ready.
Okay, so let me start with Professor Akono. You know, there are a lot of institutions within Ghana. In fact, over the past 2 months, we've interviewed a lot of institutions all saying students should come and school with them, apply for courses with them. What makes GIMPA a unique institution for academic and professional development? Why must I come to GIMPA and be your student?
Okay, thank you very much. And good morning once again to our cherished listeners. Let me take this opportunity to greet our GIMPA alumni, our current and prospective students. After nearly 65 years of GIMPA's existence, the key to our success has been our consistency in the delivery of high quality programs from the bachelor's through to master's to the doctorate level in the area of public administration, in law, in business administration, in technology, and then the social sciences. So what makes us unique? We have very small sizes that fosters classroom engagement and learning. In addition to that, we have a very dynamic mixture of students where you have the old and experienced students working together with the young and innovative. In addition to that, we utilize the case study learning approach where we bring in real world situation cases for our students to try and find solutions, and this brings meaning by applying the concepts and principles that they have learned in the classroom. In addition to that, we have a huge network of international partners across the world, and so we have opportunities for study abroad programs where they are able to study in our partner universities for a semester or a year to make them competitive on the global market. In addition to that, we have a number of student associations where the students can harness their passion and also work on their leadership skills. At GIMPA, we are very much interested in the holistic development of our students. And so we provide a positive experience for our students outside of the classroom. And so we support them with emotional and career counseling. We are very intentional about providing internship opportunities for our students. And these are some of the things that we do. We work with our student associations to provide competitions for business plans, hackathons, and through these competitions we are able to provide some seed monies for our budding entrepreneurs.
So GIMPA takes the student from 0 to 1,000 and gives you a total 360-degree experience.
Absolutely.
But the advantage with GIMPA is that you have smaller class sizes. So
Absolutely.
the students really have a lot of contact with instructors and come out perfect for the work environment.
Yes.
I love this. You've convinced me. I've noticed that a lot of workers prefer schooling with GIMPA, and I've interacted with quite a few, and they say it's flexible. But how does your flexibility? How is your flexible learning environment different from others? Because year in, year out, I see a lot more students preferring GIMPA because of the flexibility you offer and the quality that it comes with. How do you do it?
Okay, so we have multiple sessions that are available to our students. We offer the evening programs for our workers, and that starts at 6 p.m. for the master's programs and ends at 9. And we have for the bachelor's programs, it starts at 5 p.m. and ends at 8. Then for the workers who don't close early, we offer the weekend programs, which starts on Friday. We do a full day on Saturday from 8 a.m. till about 6:45. And on Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we also make our institution accessible to those outside of Accra. And so we have our satellite campuses in Takoradi and in Kumasi and then in Tema, so that you would have flexibility of choices that you want to
You're
make.
not leaving anyone behind
At all.
You can school weekdays, weekends, wherever you are across the world. You can school with GIMPA.
Yes.
That's really good. Now let me come to Professor Kofi. You are with the GIMPA Business School.
That is correct.
Tell me about some of your flagship programs and some of your new programs, and why I must make a decision to join your school in any way.
Thank you so much. Let me first of all say that within the business school, we have values, and these values are quality, innovation, connectedness, and we are global in focus. These elements crystallize, they come together as core issues that we try to address in terms of the programs we offer to reflect on the general students' experiences. Now, from that perspective, undergraduate programs that we currently focus on are BSc Procurement, Logistics, and Supply Chain Management. Then we have BSc Business Administration. We also have BSc in Accounting and BSc in Finance. Now, at the postgraduate level, I'm dwelling more on the one-year masters. The one-year masters has served us well in the last few years, and currently we have the Master of Accounting and Finance, Master of Marketing, Master of Human Resource Management, and we have Master of Development Finance. We also have Master of Supply Chain Management and Master of Project Management. A key selling point of these one-year master's programs is that it's delivered within 12 months. So students know that you join in April, you will graduate by the next April. And it's that focus. And then it's detailed and it develops the skills of the individual to a high level in the specified area of interest. And that has attracted a lot of attention and focus. So it is one that is important to us and to our students in general. Let me also add that on the postgraduate level, we also have the Doctor of Management, which is a solutions-based research degree. Now, it's different from the PhD. In the case of the Doctor of Management, the focus in providing solutions. These are for senior executives who come in, they have a lot of experience, and they identify a problem with their organization. We are there to provide the research tools, the support, prepare them, develop their mind and their preparedness to provide solutions to the problem they've identified.
So they bring the project mindset, you bring the research support.
Yes,
to enable them do this.
And then we merge and find a solution to a problem. So it's a solutions approach to a problem in an organization. That is the dimension we take when it comes to the Doctor of Management. So those are the core areas that we look at the moment in terms of the undergrad and postgraduate levels at the business school.
Let me come to you, Prof. Tando, from the School of Public Service and Governance. What are some of the programs you have, your flagships? Do you have any new programs you are introducing?
Thank you very much, Kojo. At the School of Public Service and Governance, we pride ourselves as the parent for GIMPA. We are the school.
Yes,
within GIMPA, and there's no doubt about that. So our flagship program is in public administration, which we run from the postgraduate level to.
So your program gave the school its name.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So we run these from undergraduate to a PhD level. We have a flagship program in Bachelor of Science in Public Administration, which was originally designed for people who have joined the public service through either the civil service training school or government secretarial school, and then they were moving upwards in the ladder, and they needed to be given that administrative skills and competencies to be able to deliver the mandate. So it was an evening school that was designed, and then over time, I think since 2017, we considering that the country needed to go into taking advantage of all the people who are coming out of high school. We introduced a day school, which is tailored for people who are graduating from high school directly. So we call it a direct entry into that. So those are the programs at the undergraduate level. Then we have the Masters in Public Administration, which is one of our flagship programs for people in the civil and public service. And then we have introduced the Masters in International Relations and Diplomacy since 2017, which is also another flagship program. We also have a program in health and safety. We have a program in public health. These are all flagship programs at the school. Considering that we are a developing country and we are evolving, and then with the Agenda 2030 and 2063, we also developed a master's program in monitoring and evaluation to support the government's agenda in ensuring accountability and making sure that we are implementing programs that will move us towards the attainment or measuring what we are doing towards that attainment of that.
So these master's programs are they also 1 year master's programs?
These are all 1 year master's programs.
Okay. And the other programs you mentioned, for example, health and safety, is it a degree course or a certificate course?
These are all master's level programs.
Okay.
We also have the postgraduate diploma for the health and safety for people in industry, and we also have the postgraduate diploma for people in monitoring and evaluation, so that people who already have specialized masters and they need the skills in monitoring and evaluation can sign up for that.
Interesting. I'm talking to
in addition to that, we still carry the mandate of GIMPA through the provision of what we call scheme of service trainings in postgraduate certificate and postgraduate diploma. These are needed for promotion, career advancement in the public and civil sector. So that once you join, you may have an undergraduate degree in something else, but once you join the civil service, you need to be aligned.
Prof. Akono, how can we apply to GIMPA, and when is the application deadline?
Okay, before I talk about that, I quickly want to run through the programs that we have at the GIMPA Law School. We offer the LLB at both the for the post-WASI and then for the post-first degree. And as you know, last year GIMPA had 231 students who were admitted at the Ghana School of Law. And we also have a School of Technology and Social Sciences, where we offer market-driven courses in technology. We have the Masters in Digital Forensics and Cybersecurity. We also have the Masters in Development Communication. We also have the Masters in Public Relations.
And all these courses are available on your website.
Online.
So if I go there, I can see the details of the courses and apply.
So to apply, you go to www.gimpa.edu.gh. On our website, you have a green button which says apply now. All our admission requirements can be found on that website. If you need further information, you can call us on 059-7086-843, or 0242151 or you can visit any of our social media accounts on Instagram, on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook, and our handles are GIMPA_Greenhill for all these social media handles, and we look forward to welcoming you.
Greenhill. Thank you so much, Prof. Akono, Prof. Tando, and Prof. Kofi for joining us this morning. I hope we get some other time to really discuss GIMPA, your programs, the impact, how your programs are solving national problems here on the Super Morning Show. But I wish you all the best, and maybe you see me soon as your student. So Google GIMPA, find out about their courses, sign up, add value to yourself, and be a change maker wherever you are. Now get ready for the biggest theater event of the year. From the screen to the stage, Shirley Frimpong Manso makes a theater debut, adapting and directing Honeymoon Hotel. Yes, it was originally written by Stephen Yaopong, and you simply cannot miss this. It's starring Jocelyn Dumas, James Gardner, Amake Abebrese, David Donto, Jasmine Barudi, Andrew Tando Adote, Amanda GC, and many more. All live on one stage, the same stage. It's happening on at the National Theatre on 20th of June, 21st of June, and 22nd, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Tickets are available now at 200 Ghana cedis regular and 350 Ghana cedis for the VIP tickets. You can dial the ticket short code *713*33*10# or visit these locations: African Regent Hotel, Airport Shell, Bachona Totals, Overbed Cinemas, and Ozone Cinema at the Yarifa Mall. For more information, call 0545-246478, and it's sponsored by the African Regent Hotel, Caveman Watches, or Yarifa Mall, Verna Water, Mark Phillips Foods, and AE Cinemex. Honeymoon Hotel, powered by Africa Arts Network. If you are ready to dream, dare, deliver in the world of IT, go to the NIIT Authorized Training Center, the only NIIT Authorized Training Center, Jackson Institute of Technology. They have flexible hybrid learning options. They have globally recognized certifications. You can learn everything from cloud computing, artificial intelligence, digital marketing, cybersecurity, networking, just name them. And even software development and all those courses. Find them Ring Road near Circle in the heart of Accra's Central Business District. Call them on 0596996037, 0596996038, or visit their website jit.edu.gh. JIT, your gateway to a thriving IT career. Music from Kojo Yankson. Spread its love, spread the impact. Let's work together. Ghana needs us. Let's spread around the country and do better for Ghana. And if you are looking for a smarter and more convenient way to stay connected, it's time to live seamlessly with MTN's eSIM. You don't have to carry multiple phones, because with the eSIM you can have multiple numbers linked to just one smartphone. Simply dial *#06# to check your phone's eligibility. Download my MTN app and visit the MTN website to request for your eSIM. You can also visit any of their service centers nationwide to get easy hands-on assistance. Go seamless with MTN eSIM for convenience and seamless connectivity. I'll be reading your messages as we go along on the show. Lots of them are here, and I'll tell you why we should pay attention to May and June. Some of the biggest disasters that have happened in the country happened between May and June, and I'll tell you about them, how, whether we should pray, whether we should build more infrastructure, whether we should look, we have to do something about May and June. Just stay with me, I'll tell you more. But before that, go to kingdomstoreonline.com. Shop for your office equipment, office essentials, your furniture at affordable prices. You can pay with Momo, and they offer you free delivery within Accra and Tema, and they make it hassle-free for you. So go to kingdomstoreonline.com. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark. Morning Show. We have the Impact Makers Awards coming. and it's showing on Joy News. But on the 28th of June 2025 at the EcoBank headquarters, these heroes and heroines will be awarded for going far and above for others. The 2025 Joy News Impact Makers is in partnership with McDunn Foundation, Empowering Futures, Building Communities, and is sponsored by Center for Strategic Philanthropy of the Pentecost University, Philanthropy Ghana, Gold Key Properties MNC Group, German Ozone Medical Center, Latex Foam, the Ministry of Gender, and EcoBank. The Joy News Impact Makers Awards, celebrating ordinary people, making extraordinary impact. The Habitat Fair is also coming. You know how we all dream of having beautiful homes, lovely offices, and the best infrastructure. Now, home ownership is becoming very easy for you with the Joy News Habitat Fair. Now, wherever you are on your home ownership journey, if you are breaking ground, if you are building up, if you are finishing, the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is designed with you in mind. It's happening from Friday, June 20 to Sunday, June 23 at the Achimota Retail Center. Come for the first clinic of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025. Let's help turn your home ownership dream into a lived reality. Inspired by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Brought to you by Virtual Security, Africa Security for All, Superlock Technologies, TBS Industries, The Builders Market, Less Fortune Limited, Clifton Homes, Interplus, Syntex Tank. Joy News EcoBank Habitat Fair 2025. Dream it, own it, live it. Leadership is not about position, it's about wisdom at the helm. So join us at the next Great Leader Summit 2.0, where Dr. Gideon Titiofe and Dr. Mensa Otabil will share insights to shape the next generation of transformational leaders. The theme is Wisdom at the Helm of Affairs. The date is 21st of June 2025, 9 a.m. at the University of Gold Coast Hall, Accra Business School, Spintex Road. For registration, go to ttiofair.com/events. And the Ghana Horticulture Expo begins from 11th to 13th of June. It's the biggest industry event organized by the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters in collaboration with the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. Everything Agric, everything horticulture will be there. It's also supported by the Ghana Exim Bank, Fidelity Bank, Gersal, Agromonti, and GIZ, with Joy News as the official media partner. For more information, go to GhanaHortiExpo.com or call 0243-457-783. Ghana Horti Expo, growing Ghana, exporting excellence. We are wrapping up here on the show, but let me remind you that Father's Day is coming up. And with Father's Day just around the corner, it's time for you to start thinking about ways to celebrate your father. Joy FM, Joy Prime, Joy News, and Hits FM proudly present My Father, My Hero, Fatherhood, a Deeper Connection. This year, we ask you to step away from all the usual things you do and help us celebrate your father. Record a 30-second clip commending your dad. Tell us about the heroic things he did for you and share with us on WhatsApp 05511119997. We'll play your clips on air and select the top 5 entries to win some amazing prizes from our sponsors. Tune in to Drive Time with Lexus at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we embark on this journey. Don't miss out on this. It will be a great way for you to show love to your father. Tell the world about how awesome your father is, and also give us the opportunity to help you celebrate your father. June 4, 1979, there was a coup in Ghana. It left lasting scars on the nation. 15 years later, May 11, 1995, there was the Kumi Preko demonstration. It turned deadly when security forces opened fire on protesters. June 6, 2000, there was a plane crash which claimed 13 lives. My friend Kwame Sowu, who sent this message, survived that incident. He narrowly escaped death. May 9, 2001, 126 football fans lost their lives. June 2, 2012, an Allied Air Flight 111, a Boeing 727 cargo plane, crashed at the Kutka International Airport. It also killed about 10 people. June 3, 2015, it happened at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. Year after year, something happens in May and June. What can we do about it? Think about it. Let's work together to make May and June safer. without any disasters. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. I was here with Kojo Yankson. Thank you so much for listening to the Super Morning Show. Cosmopolitan Mixes next. Before that, we'll bring you the news at 10. Stay with joy. Be joyful. God bless you. We meet tomorrow.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
10 o'clock.
Joy Headline News at 10 with me, Fred Smith. Former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta is this morning the subject of a manhunt after the Office of the Special Prosecutor placed him on its